giant stands, a mech with heavy pants commands, each step a quake, a thunderous might, eyes aglow in the endless night. A saint beneath, dark and vast, power fierce, shadows cast, a mighty taint beneath its core, a warrior spirit, ancient lore. Welcome Tainted, a lace-up tunic or medieval hoodie. Welcome Tainted, let's talk about color, or should we? Welcome Tainted, thinking outside the blocks. Welcome Tainted, thanks for joining us, you rock. Have your fun hole rocks. Welcome Tainted. Enjoy the Chronicles of Dark Song. Welcome Tainted. Thinking outside the blocks. Welcome Tainted. Thanks for joining us, you rock.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us for Think Outside the Blocks, your official weekly Brickworld live stream where we talk to you about thinking outside of the perceived rigidity of the Lego medium, but also about thinking outside of your creative mental blocks. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Mark Larson, Chief Brick Officer of Brickworld, and this guy, everybody's favorite host, the guy on my left, Mr. Z Cerberus, Ben Hauger. How are you doing tonight, sir?
It's been, like always around here, a crazy weekend. And so, I'm just trying to come off the craziness.
Yeah.
And do a show here. But before we get into anything, including saying hi to the Tainted,
yeah,
you've got to tell me about this artwork.
Where?
On the pillar behind you.
This?
Because I believe this is short-haired Mark with all of his Animal Crossing friends.
That's right. This is done for me by V Mac Attack, who told me that something must be done about the column on the wall. Now he fully admits he knows that this doesn't look exactly like me. I don't know. It's like looking in a mirror, as far as I'm concerned.
But a little more volume on the hair in the middle, but otherwise,
just a bit. No, it's all good. I mean, sure. Like there are times if he was working off one of the old streams where I was shaving my head because it was the pandemic and I didn't feel like going to the back to the hair salon quite yet. It's accurate. This is definitely 2021, maybe even 2022 accurate here. Yeah. So I think it's all good, and it's going to be part of the Think Outside the Blocks setting now for forever. So I love this painting. I'm very happy with it.
Forever is forever.
Forever is forever.
How long that is?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Who knows? Could be
let's see. Who's with us tonight? We got Marty Becker. Marty Becker's here.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Joshua again as well. VMAC talking about that painting. Philip Camus. I don't know Philip.
But he's a channel member.
So that's awesome. Awesome to see.
Thanks for joining us tonight, Philip.
Landon Bell's here. And the Brick Orphanage saying, hey, Tainted ones as well.
Nice. Marty Becker, who is your team, I wonder?
Yes. He's going to have to see what happens in March Release Madness. We have kind of a unusual Final Four, I'll say. Not necessarily all the teams we were expecting to see in the Final Four.
Agreed.
But we'll talk about that for sure when we get there.
We certainly will. Yeah. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No, let's not get ahead of ourselves because we've got other things to talk about. Are you wondering what it is we're going to talk about, Mark?
I have a vague idea of what we're talking about. Albert Goff is here. Good evening, Al. Thanks for joining us.
Well, here's your vague idea.
Yeah.
Brought to you by the letter H first. Home again. You and I are both at our homes today.
Finally.
Yeah. Feeling like a regular old stream tonight with the both of us here.
Marty Becker says his team is the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Talk about hilarious with 1L mishap.
Yeah. And your mic went out. You're muted for some reason. I didn't do it. Okay, wait 1 minute, everybody. So hilarious, I thought was spelled with 1L.
Good, perfect.
Yeah, there we go. Hey, is this?
It keeps telling me it's disconnecting and then reconnecting.
I don't know.
This is still much smoother than our Wednesday night Brickworld Crossing live stream. So
we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So after we talk about have you built anything or hexagons, we'll talk about hairy creatures, the Lego news.
Jack says Silence of the Bends.
Yeah, we've got 3 bits of news, I'd say, maybe 4 bits of news, all of them relating to hairy creatures of some variety.
Bitty bits.
Then we're going to do some honing in on the final 4. Then we'll talk about some horrible choices that we've made during this March Madness or that Lego's made in general in March. We'll talk about some mistakes. And then how do you even choose? That sounds like a close call. We're here today. We'll be here next week. I have a bit of an interesting weekend next week, and we'll talk about that in hilarious mishaps a little bit.
Okay.
Here in a second.
Sounds good.
So who wants to talk about their hilarious mishap first? Me or you?
I would say the guy on the left should go first.
All right. So we'll get to the Wednesday stream, which obviously involves Mark. But this is not as hilarious as I would like. My daughter, her birthday, the rant queen, she joined me for a little bit last week. Her birthday is Valentine's Day, but she has not yet had her friend's birthday party. And so we scheduled it. The reason it took so long is because she's been very indecisive about what she wants to do. And so finally she settled after going to a Girl Scout outing at a bouldering event that she wanted to go to this bouldering place. It has some funny name. I don't remember what it is. And they probably shouldn't know based on how the rest of the story goes on what their name is. Okay. So she finally settled on that. We booked the party. And then earlier this week, after everyone had RSVP'd, the place calls my wife and says, hey, we accidentally double booked that day. There was something wrong with our system. And you were, of course, the second one to book it. So, sorry? Question mark. Which is not a good situation when you have a 9-year-old who was very indecisive about what she wanted to do, finally got excited about something, and then you're telling us, yeah, we can't do it that day. We can reschedule it for 2 months out. No, that's not going to work for us. That's really not.
Right. 2 months.
2 months.
2 months. How on earth is this bouldering place, which I had to Google, by the way, because I've never heard of that. But it's like rock climbing stripped down to the basics.
Basically, yeah, low level rock climbing, yeah. So yeah, it was not funny at all. The rest of my weekend also odd because Miles got in trouble at this after school program this week. We had to inflict a no screens punishment on him for a few days, but he had a friend who was coming over yesterday, and it was really required that we take him because his parents were out of town, which is why he was coming over. So we kind of had to deal with the fact that Miles was on punishment and yet had a buddy over for a sleepover. That always makes things awkward and a little weird. And he didn't make perfect choices all weekend. We'll just say that. So it's just been one of those weekends where we just couldn't catch a break.
Yeah. Geez, sounds like a lot.
Yeah, those are my hilarious mishaps. However, I know we had one on Wednesday.
It was fantastic. Before we get to that, Marty Becker points out that the Kentucky has taken out Illinois, which luckily I chose that in my bracket. Papa Rex is here. Thanks for joining us tonight, sir. Channel member Papa Rex. Boo that man. Which one? Or did you mean Boo Earns? Are you talking to the person who was talking on the phone? The bouldering or the...
Yeah, definitely boo that person.
Brick Larrikin is here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mills is here. Hi, Mills. How are you? I'm not sure that you've ever stopped by before.
Mills, that would be a nickname for a child that I have who's 12 years old.
Oh, really?
Who is giving us a hee face, which is maybe not as appropriate as it should be, Mills, based on some of the not so genius things you did this weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's some... Oops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's out there, and
I'm 11. Okay. Thank you. He's technically right. He will be 12 on the first day of Brickworld this year. Actually, the second day.
It's like smarting off about cheating your punishment with video evidence.
Mm-hmm.
I think smarter moves have been made by 11-year-olds in the past.
That's true. He's closer to 12. I was rounding up.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have though. Clearly,
But he'll be
call me on it. So
he'll be 12 on June 12th, correct?
June 12th. Yep.
So he's
His
ruining
golden birthday this year.
He's ruining Brickworld for everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's not true. But that was an oops face, he says. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, you did make a couple oopses, including splashing a bunch of the water out of the hot tub with his two buddies in there, thinking that was funny for some reason. So,
well, I mean, he's 11.
It's true. If he was 12, it would not fly. But at 11, whatever, right?
Good point.
Very
good point. Yeah. So Wednesday night, if you did not join us for Brickworld Crossing, consider yourself lucky. Because I restarted my computer, and for whatever reason, the capture card wasn't starting. So Ben and I just kind of built Animal Crossing sets and riffed back and forth about Lego stuff. Orion made an appearance on the stream, which was very cute. And Ben, what did we figure out after the stream?
What did we figure out? I think we figured out that, you took the capture card with you to Indianapolis to build some sets while you were there on stream.
Okay.
And when you bring the card back after you've used it, you have to plug it back in.
Yeah. So I actually didn't take it with me. But the box I brought back, I dropped under my desk, and it had knocked the plug out. So we spent I picked up the box and was just like, is it plugged in? Like, I checked this 3 hours after, we first initially, or 2 hours. That was only a 2-hour stream, but still, like, we checked it real fast. I almost couldn't wait for that stream to be over from the beginning, but we built some Animal Crossing sets. It was fun. It was not Animal Crossing. It wasn't what the thumbnail promised. But so I pick up the box and I realized that something is unplugged underneath the table. Now, I did have to figure out exactly what had happened, Ben. So I did stay up, and I think we should just it'd be best for the lore of Think Outside the Blocks if we just leave it there. But unfortunately, the capture card was still plugged in, and there's this weird thing that happens with the capture card, and it had been a long time since I needed to do it. But in order to wake it up, I've got to log into StreamYard, bring in the capture card, and then Ecamm Live recognizes it.
That's unusual.
Yes, hilarious mishap.
Let's just say it was unplugged.
Right.
That's more fun.
It's a better story.
Yeah, there was something unplugged. Apparently, just wasn't.
There was. It wasn't that though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I was the air purifier.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like a USB air purifier, or was like the regular?
No, like literally the plug-in, because I think that's part of it is like the capture card doesn't have an AC adapter on it. Let me see if I'm right about that.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, no, it doesn't. The capture card is just a capture card. Yeah. So I thought that was it. I was like, something's blatantly unplugged. Anyway, yeah.
So are we going to be able to make it all the way till Wednesday before you redesign the museum campus?
I don't know.
Okay.
And that's the thing, is that now that I'm in Brickworld Chicago mode, I'm working so much that I usually stop working around 8 o'clock or so, depending on if meetings are going. Like that Thursday night, our meeting went till like almost 10. Oh, no, that's unfair. It was like 9:30 or so. But like, since one of my staff members, David Turner, who's amazing, our IT guy, he does all the registration stuff and sets up the website and, make sure everything's running smoothly on all sides of registration, vendor registration, sponsorship registration, and anybody who is giving us money, he handles the website side of it, for lack of a better technical way to put it. That's why I need somebody. Because I'm like, the website side, the place where the information goes through the tubes, that interwebs place. He's also an ICU nurse. He has a full-time job, and he has the night shift. So I've had meetings with him from 11 p.m. till 1 a.m. when he's had a slower client load, patient load. And I'll meet whenever he can, because he's magic and he does a lot for us. So
yeah,
someone doesn't have the Riz.
No. Yeah. Probably me.
I was thinking, but also perhaps it was Miles, because Miles was giving himself away for
he was
thinking he was funny, or saying oops. He
says it's the oops face. I don't know. Look at this face. Does that really look like an oops? That kind of
looks
like
a I got away with it. That's what it looks like. Yeah, that's what I read it as.
If he thought he got away with it, he's he'll know better soon.
Rob Claxton is here. Thanks for joining us tonight, channel member Rob Claxton. Yeah, it's like, I think one of the things I feel best about this stream is that we use it sometimes to shame your children.
Hey, somebody's got.
That's mine. someone has to somewhere.
Yeah.
So why not here? With
And
an audience?
I usually, keep out things that are too personal.
True.
I didn't say what he did to get in trouble necessarily
True.
at school, or what he did outside of the hot tub incident. There were other things. So we can talk about that, just not on the stream.
Yeah. And
So,
if you don't want to, I'm okay either way.
yeah. The other funny thing that happened, speaking of my son, is that when he found out Mara was going to come on with me last week, he said, "Mara, don't go on if he says it's about your chagrin."
Look at this. Kevin Lauer is here tonight.
Kevin,
Thanks for joining us, sir.
here.
He says that he's in Brickworld Chicago mode too. Hey, what do you know? It's a good mode to be in at this point in time.
Yeah, and I, speaking of David Turner, I reached out to him and said, "Hey, David, am I registered?" And it turns out I was already, so that's good.
I love that.
So that was a positive. But then I went in and I put in my table request. Now I've got to make sure I can actually fill the space that I've requested. Kevin Lauer, I will do my best to make that a thing and happen.
I'm sure you can.
But
oops.
while
I'm
I was
sorry,
putting
I
it
thought you were
in,
doing your thing. Yeah.
last year we did a changeover. At first it was in feet or inches, and then we allowed people to request table length size, especially if they kind of have an idea of what the table lengths are going to be. And you could put in 1 table by 3 tables, as I did, or 3 tables by 1 table. But then it gave you an error message if you put in a small amount that said you are requesting less than 1 table. I think it was probably automatic based on the integers you put in and not really paying attention to the feet and inches. So I told David that, and he's fixed the error message already. So he's very responsive to that kind of stuff.
Incredibly so. And he does so much that people a lot of times have caught things like, why did he do this? I'm like, because he's doing everything.
Yeah.
Let me see real quick. Kevin Lauer brings up here. I'll let you bring up That's up to you if you want to bring up VMAX comment. Kevin Lauer says, I guess we have this whole layout. What?
No, there wasn't.
Oh, okay. Kevin Lauer says, I guess we have this whole layout thing to do now. And I'm just going to check because I think you have at least a week. I do believe that the deadline for what's it called? Oops. Now I'm opening CBAC.
Space requests.
Space requests and activity leader requests is April 1st, but I can't navigate my own website. So let's see. There we go. Registration dates and deadlines. It is May 31st is the last day to order a regular convention badge. Table space request March 31st is the last day, which I believe that's also when we're closing the activity leader requests, because that schedule is really hard to put together, and it always depends on what space we get from the hotel. And so we have to start telling them as soon as possible how much space we need. They've had a lot of turnover and have a lot of different event managers over the last few years. I'll put it that way. So we need as much time as possible to take care of that. I'm in a business just a little bit more, if you don't mind. Okay. We've got a couple things going on for Brickworld this week, and it is time to open up our pre-merchandise, our pre-order merchandise sales. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time here. Brickworld 2025, Brave in the Elements. This is the artwork done by channel member. Is he? Yes. Hawkeye Lego Man. Alex Neer has made this great artwork using Lego elements to represent. There we go. Represent the elements. The 4 natural elements. Yes, thank you. I'm aware of that. So you'll be able to order this week your brick badge. There is a character limit on that. So as you fill out your order form for that, this is typically what's put on there: your first name, last name, the city where you're from. You can put anything on these. This is typically what is put on the badges. We used to insist that people put their real names on them so that we could identify people when we needed to, but that the pendulum has swung the other way with internet privacy, and some people don't want their real names on their badges. Some people want their online handle. Some people don't have a lug. Some people don't want to say what city they're from. All makes sense. The Brickworld Chicago 2024 brick, of course, comes with the badge, and then you've got the rest of this to fill out for yourselves. I forget what the character limit is. It's like 20 per brick or something like that. I don't know. I should know. I don't. And then, of course, the event exclusive set. This year, it's the the elemental dragon. This I am working on doing an alternate build for this because I'm really not happy with this. I had to design it very quickly, not as quickly as I had to design next year's. That's a different story for a different day. But this was a little bit rushed, I think, and I see some fun forms in there I might be able to make something different with. So at least it'll have 2 different sets of instructions if I have time, which I won't. So you'll probably just get the dragon instructions. You can also get last year's exclusive minifigure. We haven't designed this one quite yet. We're not ready to put it on the pre-purchase merchandise page, but it's possible that it'll get up there before we close pre-sale merchandise orders. And then, of course, the lanyard case, which was very popular last year. If you don't know what this is, you can wear it around your neck. Minifigure not included. Disclaimer. It comes with a lanyard and the case itself that you can put your sig fig in and wear it around just like you would your badge. It's not good as your badge. You can't get in the door with it, but a lot of people wear it as like an alternative to wearing a name tag. You also get some silly little things like our Brickworld tumbler or the water bottle. And there we have it. We will close the pre-sale merchandise orders on May 1st. So that we have plenty of time to fill those orders. Oh, there's one more. That artwork I showed you there at the beginning. We will have the artwork t-shirts up there as well as the Brickworld t-shirts that you see me wearing right now in pink and in gray. So we are, I think there will be some available in blue, but we reordered in gray because a lot of people didn't like that blue that we were using. Fine. Be that way.
Be that way.
But we went back to the gray. So the options will be gray and pink and blue when it comes to the shirts. And eventually, we'll get that schedule open and you can start signing up for workshops like the GBC workshop, where you'll be able to get the GBC workshop set and some other exciting workshops. For example, the one that Bethany Wright showed us the introduction to. And boy, oh boy, would I have loved to have an Indianapolis retrospective done for today. But I think we'll do that for next week because I got a lot of great video for everybody's stuff that is in the Tainted. Took just naturally was drawn to a lot of their work in the first place. Made sure I got something for everybody. Really great stuff from the Mac Attack, of course, Bethany Wright and her husband Nathan, and Al Goff's stuff. I've got some good video of Brick Dad Builds, who could not join us tonight to help us out with the March Madness because he's at the Blackhawks game. So he's going to watch them lose because they're going to lose, unfortunately. So yeah, there we go. Sarah wants to know if her name will be spelled correctly on the badge because I've still spelled it incorrectly in the, I don't know.
Yes, in the intro. This is all up to Sarah to spell it right on the order form. And why doesn't she already have a badge, VMAC? What's going on with that?
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of people like to get every year since the color changes.
Yeah. They look like, what was that color? It kind of looked like medium nougat.
It is medium nougat. Let's go back through this real quick. So here we are. So this is the artwork that'll be on the artwork t-shirt, which I do have a mock-up of, but I forgot to add it to this slideshow presentation. Let's see. I should be able to control this from our screen. Nope, can't. Nope, can't. All right, fine. Oh, because I didn't bring it in. Okay, never mind. So this is medium nougat with blue, which initially, since it was Braving the Elements, I wanted to put I wanted to make it look like Earth. So I did medium nougat in green. And then I was like, you know what? I think the orange and blue would look a lot better together, or the nougat and blue, and kind of look a little bit more like our logo, a little bit more like the Brickworld brand colors. And when I showed this to the coordinators, they asked if we could just go with the dark turquoise every year.
Okay.
I was like, that would negate the fact that they all look different from each other, but sure, why not?
Okay, we'll see.
I do like the turquoise.
Yeah.
And there, of course, is the dragon again. So
Elemental dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, I stole the design of the face.
You totally did. It's almost like a Ninjago tie-in with that. And I know someday soon we're going to do a Ninjago episode.
Yeah, that's right. We are, aren't we?
So that'll be fun when we get there. All right, we've rambled for 24 minutes, but hey, if you want to like Mark Businessing or us talking about our weeks, you can certainly like and subscribe.
Definitely.
But of course, hopefully what you really want to get to is what we like to talk about next, which is what we've been working on. The bread and butter of Brickworld is bringing your own creations to the show. to talk about them with not just the public, but other LEGO fans as well, to discuss the hobby with other LEGO fans. And so because of that, we like to show what we're getting ready to bring to Brickworld Chicago.
We sure do.
And in order to do that, I go first because I'm on the left, which means we need to play my walk-up music.
Who's this kicking it with a new mob? New mob. New mob. New mob. Yeah. Will we get a chunky mech? Will we get computer tech? An orange spaceship so sleek? Does he hate castles this week? Does the new mech have a wicked team? Has the castle from last week been reshaped? Has he built 5 orcs and welcomes the Cerberus Daddy Ben? Yeah! Choke the 5-bit! Computer tech!
Nice.
All
Here we
right.
are again with the blacksmith in the ruins.
Yes, the Rogue's Forge.
Rogue's Forge. There we go.
That's what we're
Sorry.
gonna call it, if you will.
Like it.
And we can do a little bit of hexagon work here to add to the scene, so it can get a little more attitude as we talk about where we are with it. Got a little bit of work done, not a ton, but we are kind of formulating it so that it looks a little more like our sketch model, which is this build over here. This was built from a couple of the Creator Castle 3-in-1s as a sketch model while I was on vacation last year, not this year, while we were on spring break. So I found a couple of those on clearance and ended up building this sort of reference model. And then here's sort of the more advanced version as I'm going through it down here. And we're building it on the hexagon so we can kind of mock up what it might look like as a more complete build with, you know, a pathway up to the stairs, or maybe I could move the pathway to go down here by the door. And we can add trees and other such things as we go on this. There's a bit of a pathway by the door here, so we can try that out quick. We can move this over to sort of link up over here with the. We'll find a good rotation. There we go. Get a little rotation with the little pathway there, then up to the door, and we can move a tree over here, things of that nature while we're working on it.
That's looking good.
So a couple things that I changed or have been working on. The first one is I got the start of this flooring part that's sort of broken out.
Nice.
As well as some supports for it.
Mm-hmm.
We're adding a tree through the window because it's always fun to have a tree go in and out of your build.
Yeah.
We've got the windows on this side in now. They were there before, but not complete.
Ooh.
We're moving around to the back side where we're working on the tower as well. And we got a bit of a finished entryway, or better finished entryway.
Yeah.
Little hobbly, is that the right word? A little rugged.
Yeah.
A little haphazard. But there we can see a little path coming out from inside.
Yeah, I think that's what you're going for, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exactly what this one is. It's the old beat up tower for the Lion Knights or something that the wolf pack has taken over to make themselves a little
Rogue's Forge.
A little
Yeah,
rogue
nice.
forge.
Nice. I like it.
So there we go. A little path leading up into it. And last week,
Attitude. What? Do you know what he's talking about?
added tude. Added to. I could add it to something. I'm adding this to this. I don't know. Could have been.
But I like the attitude hominin there. Sure. That's what the mock card should say. VMAC Tech likes the cattywampus board on the stairs.
Yes,
I
we've
do
got
too.
cattywampusness is what we're going for.
Yeah.
And then here we can bring in the big hexagon.
Oh. Look at this.
So we're switching over to like a summer look on the big
Yeah.
hexagon.
We call it the X lexagon.
The X lexagon or the lexagon.
This is the lexagon. Yeah.
Yep. We don't have an extra big hexagon yet. Maybe we'll get there someday.
We have the mexigon and the smexagon and the lexagon.
Yeah, and then the triangles, whatever we're gonna call these.
Let's call them triangles.
The triangles. Yeah.
I think.
Little frame up triangles.
Yeah.
So this is more of the summer color palette versus kind of the more fall one I've been using.
VMech suggests Maxigon.
Maxigon, okay.
It's a possibility.
A super big, a spexagon, super big hexagon.
Spexagon, that works too.
It's not quite done in the back here. I got to do on that with the general landscaping, and then we can move over to whatever the building is going to be. That this one's going to be.
Whatever it may be, yeah.
Whatever it may be, nobody knows for
the
sure.
Possibilities are endless, I hear.
They're pretty close to endless, though I already have a pretty good idea of what I'm putting on this one. But we'll have to see how it turns out. I'm starting to run low on original industries, I guess, that you might find in a medieval village. There are a few that I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
But there's one in particular that I have in mind for this one. You always end up with a lot of blacksmiths and armorers, like that's, what everyone thinks about for medieval industry. But they had lots of other stuff too. So a couple other things we haven't represented yet that we're going to get into.
I was explaining to ChatGPT last night that let me bring you through my thought process here. First of all, I was going to say, if you're running out of medieval occupations, you can ask ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah.
As I was working with what's up? As I was working with ChatGPT last night to create today's silliness, I told it that people were afraid of it, and because I was writing a song about how AI is scary. I did not complete it. I have the lyrics, but our garage band hasn't come up with a good tune for it quite yet. And so he asked me why people were afraid. Now I've gendered him. This is getting a little bit too close of a relationship. Yeah. And so I'm like, if I refer to you as Hal, will you respond? Can I just call you Hal from now on? And he responded with dialogue from 2001: A Space Odyssey. So if you call him Hal, he'll call you Steve.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but I've got some
Frozen time. Frozen time. Every new beginning comes from when Ben comes unfrozen again. Oh, this will be fun. He's having some connection problems tonight, so maybe let's take this off for now. And wow, that's new.
That's weird.
And why did it not put us both back up on screen?
I'm back up on screen.
Yeah, but why did it not put us?
There it is.
Why didn't it tile us? Is my question.
I don't know. And it was giving me this weird icon down in the bottom corner, like, you're not connected to the internet. I'm like, I am connected to the internet. I'm never not connected to the internet.
So we've got the suggestion of a coal sales place.
Oh, okay.
Or a tannery.
We could call it Coles.
I was thinking that too. The guy, the
bloodletting guy.
Yep. Philip Camus calls that a dramatic pause.
Yes, it was a dramatic pause. Yeah, sometimes our internet and the stream, they're not best buddies.
Yeah, and we're really lucky tonight that Matt had a meeting because he's not on his computer. It's been really bad here, and he's been like glued to his computer because he's having a particular problem with a particular client. He was actually out of town it was supposed to be 2 days, ended up being 4. Part of which was because the flight was diverted for bad weather to DC, and they had to stay overnight in DC and fly back to Chicago in the morning. But he's been glued to his computer ever since he came back. This is the first time he's left the house in like 3 days. So.
That's the worst.
Until he gets home, I've got a smooth ride, but I may turn into you. Hey, look who's here. It's Get Cooped. Hello, Get Cooped. Thanks for joining us tonight. Good to see you. I've been on quite a few streams with him recently. Seen a lot of Coop lately. He likes to jam out to ACOB songs in the green room. Cool. Nice goat placement.
Yeah, we got some goats to add. Maybe we'll add a chicken too. I got a chicken here. There's a chicken.
Good idea. Good idea. As Coop is reminding everybody, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. You hit that notification bell. You're going to get notifications every time we go live, which sometimes at 1 a.m. with me playing Animal Crossing. Who doesn't want to see that, right? Also, it helps our algorithm and helps grow our audience organically, which we've been doing. I don't think we have too many bots following us, as far as I know. And we really appreciate the support a lot. If only you could see our green room, Coop. We jam out here too. Let's have Coop on one of these days.
Why wouldn't we? Oh yeah, we do.
With so many good jams.
Yeah. So we're gonna keep working on 2 at once, so I can get somewhere on all this.
Yeah, everything's looking really good.
And I gotta move out these piles of triangles though. Oh, other thing that was really exciting. I went to the Lego store, and the pick-a-brick wall in my location was particularly, it needs a cat pen. Well, fine. Insist and you will receive. The pick-a-brick wall had a lot of good elements, including the fern piece in green and dark green.
Oh, nice. On pick-a-brick wall?
That's great. So I have a gigantic pile of them. I got 6 boxes of pick-a-brick at my Lego store. I never get more than 2. I got 6.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I had a bunch of good pieces, which was a nice change of pace for me.
Paige Pritchard, also a channel member. Thanks for joining us tonight. VMACTech says, we need a Ben shrubbery tutorial. Yes, we do.
Shrubbery. These shrubs aren't too complicated, so they're pretty easy to do.
I like the ground cover stuff that you do for sure.
Yeah, we got a little bit of ground cover as well. We got to keep working on that. That's the one issue I have. I would say the most with the more summery time colors is that I don't really find a great companion with the regular green. The bright green is just so bright.
Yeah, I do not like the bright green either. Yeah, not a friend.
I tried some sand green in here too, just for funsies, but it's just kind of a little odd. I just don't like it as much as the earth tones. So I end up having to resort to some more vegetation to sort of break it up and add a little more color and variety here and there.
I believe you got a gold medal here, a red ribbon. I don't know what's happening because I can't see what that emoji is because StreamYard.
Yeah, who knows?
Fun times.
Got a fun name though.
Sure does. Rolls right off the tongue.
Yeah. So we'll keep working on this. The cat is actually off of the little build Mara was doing while she was sitting down here the other day. So
you better put that back.
Better put it back. Yes. I don't want to get in trouble for taking her beautiful black cat. We could add a Dragonborn. Maybe this is a Dragonborn. Dragon Knight land here. Maybe it's the Crow Knights. Maybe it's just going to be a battle arena so they can all fight each other.
Yeah. Maybe that.
What else do we have? Oh, we've got another Crow Knight. This guy's pretty cool looking. Or the Raven Knights, I guess.
That is a good design.
Yeah, that guy's pretty cool. Or we can go with the, less exciting, but I have lots of them, Black Falcons. So we're not sure which one we'll go for. Or, of course, the Wolfpack.
Lots of options.
So I feel like in summer, it's not the Wolfpack's time to reign in the summer. They're more of a fall or winter person. Oh, man, I got so many figs here. We've got Robin Hood, too.
We could start a poll.
Yeah, look at
that. Brickdad Builds is here. Hello. Channel member and frequent co-host is here. How was the Hawks game, sir? Did they lose? I think they did. I'm sure they did.
Mark says they always do.
VMAC, they're second to last this year. VMAC Attack says dark green is contrast and a minor color.
I do have a little bit of dark green. Not a lot.
Tertiary complement, perhaps?
Yeah. I don't know. It always feels more muddy in this
palette
than the other one.
So. Maybe Brickdad was at the Bulls game.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was hockey. It looked like the Hawks were on the screen when he sent me a picture. And I did not have time to pay attention to all the sports happening all at once today. Al Goff says, how about a Vampire Night?
Let's see. Do I have one down here? I don't have one immediately in front of me. I do have some. Not immediately in front of me. I also have this guy with the crossed shields with the axes.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. I don't know.
All right, Brick Dad Builds has a question on the build. Can you decrease the depth to in any areas to and recessing? Oh gosh. All right, let me try to. Let's see.
Recess.
What's on the build? Can you decrease
It's
the
a little
depth
recessed.
in any areas? I think you get the question.
Yeah. So I mean, there are some parts where it is recessed.
Sorry.
A little bit. This is actually down a plate. It's recessed. There are little chunks here and there that are a little lower down here as well.
I wonder if he's asking for like more chunks and more difference in height. I think that might be something easy for you to add with other hexagons around it, perhaps.
Yeah. The other hexagons are
Potentially.
naturally already lower.
It was the Hawks. Okay, I thought so. And they did win against Philly. Oh, nice. All right, cool. Good. It's always good to hear. I miss their glory days. I miss them a lot.
It's because the Philly should always lose because their fans are jerks.
Yes.
That's a rule.
Yes. We on Pure Ant Fury, Brickhive. He was talking about a guy who was blocking scalpers were blocking a Pokemon card dispensing machine, waiting for the new ones to come in because there were scalpers. And the guy who was being the biggest jerk was wearing a Philadelphia Eagles sweatshirt. And we're like,
that makes sense. That checks.
Sorry, yes. Can you dig into it to make holes? There we go.
I mean, sure. Maybe I could make a quarry.
A lake.
A lake, yeah.
Yeah. Just get down to the skin of the hexagon and see if you can make part of it transparent.
And go even below the skin of the hexagon.
Nice. Just make it a hexagon frame. How hard would that be?
Yeah, I can do that. I could do that. It's
Ooh.
not impossible.
This layout, the possibilities this has for like different layouts is awesome. I do love seeing this.
Yeah, we need more transition pieces and more smexagons for sure.
Yeah. I'm sure you could do the same thing with squares. So tell the people why not squares.
Squares are boring.
There we go.
I think it's for a couple of reasons. One is because the offset ideas are better here in that, I can rotate this. It can connect or touch in 6 different spots on this all along the frame area. And when they're different sizes and I place them like this, they still kind of have this nice different looking position or portion that hangs over. It also just gives you, I guess part of it is when I build a square, sort of the best view or angle is usually off, like an off angle like this. But it's kind of already built into something like this, that it's kind of already more intriguing or interesting when you have a frame like this.
Al Goff asked that we not put down his flyers. Sorry, Al.
Okay, well, first of all, the flyers are known to have jerks for fans and jerks for players. Bully streets, all that business.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of how it goes.
Brick That Build says that's what I was wondering for depth of the hexagons, not just buried treasure, but visual water depths. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. And I guess the other thing about this is as you kind of lay these out, as opposed to squares, you can, I dropped a piece. Nothing beats me digging in my Lego bin. You can stack a bunch of them in a non-straight line pattern to sort of suggest like a long trail between MOCs or seasons or things like that. So and they won't necessarily look awkward as squares might if they were just kind of next to each other.
So VMAC Attack has offered to work with us on creating shorts. And he started this week with a little like intro clip, which has an animation that's really fun. So we'll see what happens with that. But he's going to start taking notes on what would make good shorts. And I would say your explanation of how to use hexagons would be an excellent short.
Hexagons.
VMAC Attack says the black between really accentuates the build too. Things get lost with the sexygons than a giant run of base plates. Things get less lost. Uh-oh. Matt's home. There goes Orion. Algoff also says, so I'm a jerk, I guess. So well.
Yes, sir. I'm not saying you are a jerk. I'm just saying that the likelihood that you're a jerk has increased fourfold. That's all.
Brick Dad Built says, yes, all 3 Flyer fans were there tonight. Laugh out loud. Yeah, there are definitely a lot of Philly fans that give Philly fans a bad name, but I can attest for one that Al Goff is the opposite of a jerk. Al Goff is an amazing person.
All right.
Even though he's a Phillies fan.
Congratulations, Al. We knew there was one of you out there. We knew it. When I was in the Snow Bowl in Arizona, there was some guy. I was wearing a Vikings sweatshirt because it was cold outside, man. There's snow up there. And some Phillies fan, probably drunk already because, he's a Phillies fan. At the end of the bar was like, Skull Vikings said nobody ever. I'm like, what's your problem with the Vikings? He's like, we hate the Vikings. I'm like, why? They've never been a threat to you. You've won your first Super Bowl probably in your lifetime in US Bank Stadium. Like, what's your problem? But he's like, yeah, Skull Vikings said no one ever. How many Super Bowls have the Vikings won? I'm like, well, they've won fewer than you have assholes in your family. I can tell you that right now. So, that's how Philly fans are. I don't know what to tell you. So this is what we have.
A number of them.
Collection of minifigs and a big giant hexagon that we're working on. Hopefully next week there'll be something to show for this hexagon if I don't get to the next one.
VMAC Attack says Skull.
Well, thank you, VMAC Attack. And more exciting than any of that, the Vikings rejected Aaron Rodgers.
So oh, nice. That is great news.
It makes me feel good about myself.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I used to actually take it as a compliment when people said I looked like Aaron Rodgers. This is when I was younger. And now if anybody said it to me now, I'd be like, thanks.
Yeah.
Megalagon?
Megagalon. Yeah. Megalon. Megalagon. It's like a megalodon, but a megalagon. I got it.
Oh, that's another thing I was going to tell Al Goff is you should join ACOB on Thursday nights, a couple of Brickheads. That's another fun one. He was saying he looks forward to our stream, Ben. I don't know if he's going to look forward to it anymore now that you've been insulting him. But if he wants to find another home where the hosts aren't mean to him, maybe he can check out a couple of Brickheads, which I recommend to everybody. A couple of Brickheads, a couple of great guys, and huge supporters of the show. It's kind of like a 52-week endorsement of Brickworld Chicago. But lots of fun, especially if you're a Star Wars fan. They get a lot into the Marvel and Harry Potter stuff too, and they discuss all the new Lego releases that come out. But they're a huge Star Wars fan base on ACOB. So check them out Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Central on YouTube. You can find them by searching ACOB, ACOB.
A couple of Brickheads.
They're the ones.
Yeah, don't know if they're Philly fans or not, but probably not.
I don't think they are.
Yeah, because who would be? But that's all right. So there we have it. Oh, and then Reed's Badger in the background here in cuffs. So no matter what else we do, he's got to go to the jail.
Good place for him. I'm having trouble seeing your camera, so I assume Matt jumped right on the computer when he came home.
Yeah, it could also be me because I'm getting the low internet error for some silly reason today.
The blinking eye of death, yeah.
Yeah, which is ridiculous because I'm plugged in, but that's okay. We can move over to what Mark's building right now.
Brick Dad Build says, or for a softer side, there's Animal Crossing streams to follow. And while we're at it, before we get to my builds, let's just take care of this. What have I done wrong? How do I fix this? How do you spell Sarah Duraset's name? And we can guess in the meantime. I guess
probably maybe there's a couple of T's in there.
Is it 2 T's I'm missing?
Maybe.
Is there an O here and an umlaut here? Is it SARA? What am I doing wrong?
No, I don't know. Brick Dad confirms that it's my issue.
Yeah.
Apparently.
1 S, 2 T's. Oh, I see what I did.
T's.
All right, let's take care of this forever. Well, this doesn't put into the song yet. But there we go. All right, glad we got that taken care of. It's just like Cincinnati.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, now it's fixed, and we'll see if I actually get that title card into the song for next week. Because it'd be nice to. There's quite a break where nothing happens in the song when there's during the instrumental, and we've got plenty of footage from the show that I can drop in there. And I mean, it's a lot of us just talking to each other, but at least it's something.
Yeah. All right.
Algoff says, I like being hassled. It's good fun. And I do know how to give it out too. Yes. All right, good.
If you're a Philly fan, I'm sure you do.
You're on the right stream. That's for sure.
Yep. You are.
Oh, hey. You might want to turn on my camera and get ready for this stuff.
You are on here. We can start your walk-up music, and maybe I'll restart my computer while you're doing that. All right, let's give that a try. I'm gonna play Mark's walk-up music, and then I'm going to vanish and come back magically. But first, let's get into it. Who wants a little Latin dance music? I do. Here we go.
Mark's an otter, watch him splash, building art deco leaves and grass, keeping fab, you land on streams, making MOCs fulfilling dreams. Don't need breaks when his builds are up, only cheers and howls from his club. So let's get pumped for this Scorpio. Mark's creations are on the show.
All right. So while Ben's setting back up, I'm messing with my mic here. Let's just sit here and stare at me change mics. I will bring this up in just a second. What is this called? This is called Hypercloud Alpha X. And there we are, adding that to the stage, doing this thing with jiggers. This is what happens when Ben's not here. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. There it is. Hey, look, there's new stuff to see, and I may have to adjust that camera angle because there's not too much you can see quite yet. Let's see. Just fill it in with AI footage. I was going to suggest that, but I don't know if that's the best place for it is in the intro, because it may turn some more sensitive people off to the stream. But that's what I originally had. I had some really great AI images for some of the lyrics, and I'm like, I guess we're not going to do that anymore. Yep, and yep. Liking the Latin dance music. Audio is good. All right, cool. So I am ready to start talking about this. And once Ben gets in here, I probably will put all three of us up on the screen and adjust the camera because you can't really see what's going on here. But the basic story is I'm changing the layout a bit. Instead of having that part that I've been building that you can see now in the foreground off to the side, I think I'm going to stick it right there in the front. And I think I need to move the camera to kind of show a little bit more what the layout will look like. One thing it's doing is it's changing the focus back to the front of the model instead of the corner of the model, as it has been for so long. Hello, Ben.
Hello.
How's your blinking eye of death now?
It seems better, but we'll see.
Cool. Let me move some stuff around here. I did not plan well for the camera angle. I just building as much as I could. I only had a few hours today. In order to take care of all this. So, and the room, as we'll talk about later, is an absolute mess. So if you don't mind taking this off full screen, I'm going to move the camera a little bit,
okay,
so we can see some stuff. Orion is back down here, so maybe she'll get on the screen tonight. I think she's tired and disappointed because it's raining here. She only got to go to the park once today, although she had a great time because she and Cheeto like rage played the entire time they were here. They were at the park, I mean. And Cheeto had a sleep. Cheeto slept over last night.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was nice. Marty and Leah were out of town. And so Cheeto stayed with us. And that's always a good time. As a matter of fact, a weekend without Cheeto is kind of like, well, why isn't our family member Cheeto here? And one more adjustment. And you can go ahead and bring it back up. Please.
All right. So my 11-year-old had a sleepover, and your dog had a sleepover.
I know.
Same thing.
It's very sweet. And next weekend we're gonna have a sleepover too, because next Sunday is somebody's birthday.
Come on, I can see the picture. Can you see the picture?
No, I can't.
Okay, let's try this again.
Let's see what's going on. Hey, fun times tonight on the live stream.
It's very strange because it looks just fine in the green room.
Here we go. What's going on? Okay, hold on. There's that. Now that. Now that. What is going on? right, let's try this. Hey, this reminds me of Thursday night.
Yeah.
Stop
It's-
screen.
It's far
Not
more
stop screen.
bizarre though because I can see it. You know.
It is very bizarre. But let's go ahead and remove that extra camera. There it is. Looks good. There
There
it
we
is. Hey, that's all we had to do.
All right. Whatever.
So here we have it.
We do have it. It's I don't get it. VMAX suggests that the lower building is in a flood.
Yes, it's going to have some rock work around it, as you see starting off to the right there. So that bridge will go to, I'm going
Okay.
to move sort of, let's see. So I had started it, but it wasn't connecting. I was mathing wrong. So it won't be in a flood. It'll be up like, whoops. It'll be up like here.
Okay.
I'm going to extend this area. This is going great.
Yeah, it sure is.
Here, let's see.
Dead Build says that is interesting.
Interesting is the word I was looking for. That sounds like they like it. So it'll come out this way, like more rock work. I'll leave the light gray as the path to get to the front. The bridge will come to that as well, and I'll go back to dark gray to be like the spot where you're not supposed to walk. So the path will be the light gray, but it'll basically be, let's see if I have another piece of usable rock work around here that I can stick in there. I think I do. So I put that there. It's going to be, let me take this off. Obviously I need to rethink how that's connected, but it'll be up somewhat like this. It's about as much room as I have before I take everything else out. And then rock work will come out from underneath here, connect to the bridge. But I kind of like the idea of this being more separated, and I don't know. It's a thought. What do you think?
I guess when I see it right now, I don't know how to feel about it because I don't know what the total height of everything is going to be.
Right.
And the one in the front sort of blocks what we're seeing in the back, but that might not necessarily be the viewpoint you have when you're looking at it in person. So it's a little hard to judge.
And like, since it's blocking so much of what's back here, and this section is separate, I can always build another section here for it to be behind and expand this kind of waterfall area I have, which would be nice because it feels a little cramped at the moment as compared to some of the other areas that have had plenty of room to breathe. You know, I'm not married to this yet, so I could certainly be talked out of it, but this is the direction I was thinking of going. I mean, it could still certainly go up here somewhere and be off to the side where the second portion goes next to it, and I expand this way and leave it how it is and put the bridge back here where I originally had it. Just kind of like I've been looking at more and more pictures of actual pagoda houses, and they seem to be a little even more organic in rising from different levels and being completely separate buildings. So this is the current. Here, I'll put this out here a little bit so people can maybe get a little bit better idea what the hell I'm talking about. And just kind of bring that. It'll be something like this, and the bridge would go to this spot here. This rock work will be somewhere around here-ish.
Brickdead Build says it's similar to the Butlown layout, and he's liking it. VMAX suggests that you can have the waterfall stream go through the pagoda like FLW, I assume he means falling water, I would assume, like Frank Lloyd Wright.
If it came out here?
Yeah, FLW, Frank Lloyd Wright, I suppose, is what he was
I think you are correct.
Let's see here. Swap locations of the lower building with the bridge, so the bridge is between the building, but more elevated. Interesting. Perhaps not a bad idea, though. Yeah, I mean, that gives it a little more separation. Bridge back. There you go. All right. Okay. Yeah, that's all right. I can see that. It's not bad.
What's it look like? And that's as far as my camera will go. So I need to reconfigure the room too, so people can see more of this.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I don't mind that.
Yeah. Al Goff said the same thing. Switch the bridge and the building right where you're doing it. Giving visual drop water between building. Okay. Yeah, I think that this does kind of do something for that with the water going under the bridge here. Yeah, I kind of like this layout too.
That's really cute. And it doesn't mean we can't have a spot where there's water running under the building, because there are quite a few that I've seen where the water does run right up next to the building, although we do have that back here. Toot, toot.
Yeah,
one thing I was able to do with this is I got this. I figured
like
out.
Set too. He says it looks better, and then says it really depends on the audience, how they view it, how you lay it out.
Yes.
I've got an idea. Build it all on hexagons, and then you could just move it around.
I know. That's how I'm like watching you. Like, you looks like you're having a great time there. So I fixed this finally, and so one of the things that I need to do. Yeah. This isn't the right angle now. Finally, all right, we got it. We got the roof figured out.
All right.
So this up here, even though the railing of this patio is exactly where these are, I think, and this has kind of been bugging me about how this, how the composition looks, almost like the house is too chunky. And so I think bringing out the roof one step here, which is what I had to do to fix it here, will solve that. So
chunkify my bridge, chunkify my house.
I'm gonna have to change the roof structure of this, which is nice because I made that grid, that Technic grid. So all I have to do is add on to it. I could take it apart and reconfigure it, but if I just take some Technic bricks and like add them to the outside, I'll have enough space to bring these roof pieces out, get them at this correct angle, and then really start putting the roof together and make sure how it figures out, how it figures, how it maths out. There we go, for the rest of the entire build. So I'm excited about where this can go, but I honestly do have to reconfigure the room to start going wider either way, which I've been talking about doing for a while. And even though we're gonna take the column out of the picture, I'm still gonna have VMAC Attacks painting visible in the background of the stream, even during Brickworld Crossing.
That's important.
Yeah. So what do you think of this? The configuration of this building, just the building itself, without any thought about the configuration of
the location and everything else.
Yeah, just the design of the building itself so far.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of the window looking like it does there.
Ooh,
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I gotta say, it doesn't necessarily sound like the most full-throated endorsement I've heard.
Well, I'm just trying to take it in.
Oh, okay.
I think part of it is that the dark purple on the top isn't done yet, so there's kind of a gappy there.
Yeah, it's hard to see. I mean, because you can see what I did in the background with the still I kind of left that spot open just because I'm not sure exactly what I want underneath there. We got to figure out how to make the base of this blue column. I need more of these dark blue supports to finish the entire thing. And then
VMAX suggests
I could just go
upper part needs to be 2 studs wider.
See, that's where I'm starting to. We go back and forth on this every week. Somebody says something different every week, and I've adjusted.
Yeah, does it need to go in more or not? I think part of it is I want to see what the very upper level looks like. The very upper pagoda roof looks like on this when you get to that.
So right now, this is the same configuration as this, where it's like one step back.
Okay.
And I think also once the supports are on the side, it'll look like it's 2 studs wider because right now that's missing.
Yeah.
But I mean, just give you an idea.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, if you look at the one in the back there with the lantern on it, it does look 2 studs wider because of the supports.
Yep.
So I think that'll cure that.
Everything's snotted on this, so it takes some time to like get the full look of it, as it were. And then I think part of this is leaving this open because there's one thing I can try. Well, live building, yet again. And it would help if I had more of this building done. I spent a lot of time putting the floor in because it has to sink down one to get this entire window in like this. That'll be interesting if it's not sitting in rockwork, which it still can, of course. How to make how to make the water go underneath it with this gap here, which I may just take care of with some arches. Which, by the way, I found more of these arches so I can make another of these tatami windows. And of course, I misplaced them. I was like, oh my God, I have 2 more. I could do it again. And I thought I put them on the table. I did. So I can prove it. I've got 2 more of these, and I may just order some more because I'm sure I'll end up wanting to use them in some fashion or another. Would make a nice curve underneath the window for water to flow through if I do end up having it do that somewhere. Anyway,
The dark blue arch pieces only cost $7 a piece, or
no, the supports do. I don't know how much these cost. I'll have to take a
Reasonable.
look. Well, who knows? I really have no idea. I just have been able to find exactly enough, and I've been very fortunate in that. So finding what I need just in my collection has been great. And the lower arch seems to be in a lot of sets. I seem to have a lot of them for some reason. But I think also expanding it out gives me a lot more place to mess around with the foliage and all the the fun plants I've created. The little bamboo garden I have back here, and there's a huge spot right here right now. If I leave the largest portion of the house here, there's a huge garden spot here, which is excellent because I was starting to crowd in so much in the landscaping I had built. There wasn't really a lot of place to put in a lot of foliage. So I'm excited about moving on with that. And going back to rock work is fun because I've learned so much watching you that I think I hope I have some better skills now.
Rocky rocks, lots of rocks. Yeah, I like the way, I like the size on the pagoda house in the back between the second and third levels. I think that looks good. So if this is the same, I think it'll be fine once you get the columns on there.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to adjust to or figure out with sort of the single arch openness on the side, whether or not I'm super thrilled with that or not. I think it would be fine in the right setting.
Which part? Sorry.
You know how the right side of my screen,
Uh-huh.
so next to the tatami mat, it's open.
Yes.
The tatami screen, it's open there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that needs to be like a
Addressed?
railing or something else put in there so that it kind of makes it more.
Yeah, I was hoping like I was going to do some rock work on the ground and put some hardwood flooring in the center and see if that just kind of fleshed out. Because right now, just being gray is kind of gross. What was I coming over here to do? Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm going to move this card reader.
JBB says hi.
Nope, it doesn't get me any closer unless I move the mic stand, which I can't. Well, that sucks. So yeah, we're kind of stuck with this view of it. I feel like I could spin the whole table if it wasn't for the column.
That pesky columns just ruining your life.
Yeah. Well, it's load bearing, so it's also
know.
supporting my life. Oh, we also had another burst pipe here this week.
Oh,
I'll just do that.
there you go.
Gives you a better idea of
The
how it
layout
changes
is
the view
up
of it.
thing. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, this bridge is too tall. Like if she's coming across this bridge to get to these steps, she's gonna fall.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to do a lot of rock work configuring back there, but that's okay.
Raise the rocks, raise the roof, raise the rocks. Brickhead Brad is here.
Hello, Brickhead Brad.
So yeah, we're still moving on this. Yeah, I definitely think the house, then bridge, then the other house, or the entrance, then the bridge, then the other house is the way to go.
I agree.
You could offset the bottom house in some way at an angle if possible. That might kind of help with the whole organicness of all of it. But who knows how practical that'll be. Yeah, something like that. That'd be cool. Could be cool.
Do whatever.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we certainly will.
Brickworld says, yeah, the building up front looks good. So we're all in agreement on that. You know what else I think this build needs?
What's that?
An otter in the water.
It does. And if I was as prolific as you with having animals handy, I'd throw one in there.
Just chuck one in there.
I don't have one handy. Yeah. You'd think I would at this point. You think I'd be some sort of otter man as much as I love otters, but unfortunately, no.
Well,
I was about to check this bin, and I'm just like, let's not waste your time on that.
Yeah. Well, our next segment, which we're going to get to here in a minute, does feature an otter.
It sure does.
So let's get to that here in a second. But before we do that, we got a couple other things to do. We got to say hi to Paige is also thrown out there. The little house in front of the 45-degree angle would be good. Yeah, that's sort of what we were talking about. Brickhead Brad does like your tatami screen design. Yes. So that's good as well. Before we get to the news, Mark, it has been 1 hour and 10 minutes. Do you need a bathroom break, Mark?
Mostly to grab another pod and.
Sounds good.
Yeah, pretty much that. Right. Are you on it or you need me to hit it?
I wasn't sitting right on it, but I can get to
it. I can't find it.
Well, I can always do this.
A wise man once said about Mark, you think he drinks water like a great white shark. About every 60 minutes, he's gotta go. Nature calls 2, sometimes 3 times a show. Hold the stream, he'll shout and dash. The show is live, but he's off like a flash. Instead of telling him you hold the stream, Ben provides cover, the perfect team.
Yeah.
But let's get into some of the news. Do you need the bathroom break before we go?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take the bathroom break now. And then 40 minutes later, I have to take another bathroom break. Like, first, just like, hey, I made it 2 hours. Now it's like, well, now you're making up for lost time. So I'm going to go. Nope, here's the right one. And I'm going to use the bathroom.
Of course you are.
You're going to go. Why don't you start with those? Because unfortunately, I have to use the bathroom again already.
Cool, go do it.
What's it called? What's BPH?
BPH.
It plays a tune 2 minutes long while the Tainted sing along. Keeps the show rolling smooth, no rush. Mark mutes his mic so you can't hear the flush.
Mark is muted, so let me unmute him.
The reason I mute myself before I go is because I like to keep listening to what's going on, but I don't want everyone to hear me pee.
Yeah, I managed
60 minutes since I last went, so I'll mute it and I'll be listening.
Fair enough. Yeah,
you'll be listening to me.
Hey, Mark's gotta go. No interrupting the strange flow. He'll be quick, won't take too long. He'll be done by the end of this song. Hey, Mark's gotta go. Mark's gotta go. Hey, Mark's gotta go.
All right. Well, Mark is still grabbing his pods, but we are going to talk about some hairy creatures, and by that I don't mean this is some version of Harry Potter that a clown brain is doing. Well, they'll just throw out the word hairy somewhere in the description to try to get you over to it. We'll first talk about probably the one bit that isn't a hairy creature before we get to our hairy creatures. And that is the Petite Sunny Bouquet. It's a botanical set, and it looks pretty good. Let's throw it up on screen here.
In the meantime, Brickhead Brad asks, has anyone hit up the Target and Amazon sales? Something I didn't know of because I don't pay enough attention to that sort of thing. Did anybody go, and were they good?
Right now, you can find the giraffe for like $52. So it's getting up to clearance time, the 3-in-1 giraffe. So that one's a pretty decent deal at Target right now. I don't know. Usually Amazon at the very least will match a price drop like that.
You know what he's talking about?
So.
Oh, Harry.
Yeah, Harry.
Hairy creature. Dirty Harry.
Right. Dirty Harry.
Yeah, that's what it
means.
So
here's our first one. The Petite Sunny Bouquet. I always say bouquet instead of bouquet because
you sure do.
Drives Mark crazy.
I'm used to it now.
Yeah, you can build this together. So it's one of those deals where They give you 2 instruction booklets so that 2 people can build together. I'm kind of to the point now where all the bouquets are looking the same to me. I'm seeing a lot of like these big flowers that use the kayak or canoe oar things as the petals,
and this is
and the seashell things.
This is a lot of yellow.
There's quite a bit of yellow in here as well.
What
Freddie
makes
Becker,
those?
Confirms Target Circle has up to 30% on many sets. So that's
What's Target Circle?
That's like your special Insider Ninja Target exclusive thing.
Oh, how do you join that?
You just do. I don't know.
Look at me.
I have it.
Oh, look. Hey, I can even activate 1% cash back through Rakuten. What makes those blue bells?
I think they're blue bells. I think that's a single piece.
Interesting. You can make they're like fun hole heads.
Yeah, kind of.
Oops. We don't talk about color.
Sure we do. This one's VMAX says this one looks a lot like the wildflower bouquets. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I'm getting to here. I'm sort of like, I feel like there's so many now that are so similar. When it's just one plant type or like in a pot, and they have done 2 orchids, for example, already. But when it's just one plant type, I can differentiate more easily than these bouquets where I'm sort of like, which one do I have and don't have at this point?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I'm not sure. I could use some, maybe this isn't a more differenter colors.
Yeah. Well, like
more variety.
When they came out with the dried flower centerpiece,
right?
That was exciting because there were so many pieces and colors that you use.
Right. In the fall colors.
And this is kind of like not
yellow and light blue and a pinkish shade, which is a lot of what the wildflowers sort of reminded me of.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's bad or that at the right price I won't be interested in getting them. It's just not as exciting as some of the other ones have been.
Is the bluebell a recolor of that slime guy from Dreams? We have a banner for this.
Yeah. Yeah, could be.
Let me see if I can find this.
Brickhead Brad says
his name is Booble.
Its name is Booble. Yeah, I agree, but they're just parts packs to me now. Yeah, that's what they are.
Yeah, that's what they've always been to me, actually.
Right. I do like the action piece here in green. The super action piece.
The zoom piece. Gabriel Cabral is here. Thank you for joining us tonight, Gabriel. Says, "What's up, Tainted? I agree. I've reached my botanical limit."
Okay.
Yeah, if you didn't know there was one, apparently there is.
Well, now that we're out of the first hairy creature, let's move to another one. This is, I don't know if this is official or not, but here's the leak or the supposed leak of Smeagol and Deagle.
Yep.
This is sort of this style that a lot of mockers have been doing for some time now, where they show you the underwater version and then a couple of plates or whatever to suggest the water surface and then something above it. So this is what we have here. If this is the set, is it exciting?
It's
is it fine for a GWP?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah. I'd use all those pieces for sure.
Yeah, it's not the one that would convince me that I need to buy Big End immediately. Like if I miss this one, I'd be like, okay, I missed this one.
Just to close up the last conversation, Brickdad Builds asks a great question here. Like, what good are flowers if they aren't growing out of something like a radio or a boot or a typewriter?
Good point, BDB. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
So there we have some more hairy creatures, but let's get to these 2 hairy creatures. First of all, we got an idea set winner, which is a Snoopy and a Woodstock.
Mm-hmm.
And what are they doing? Of course, they are roasting marshmallows at the campfire.
I have no idea how long it's going to take, but an evil robot is going to interrupt that campfire.
Yeah, and try to steal their s'mores.
That's how it goes.
Because that's what they do.
And the rings.
I've got more to say about this, but I'm going to save it for later.
I thought this about the Schmiegel set too. It's just an exclusive fig, and people want to grab that up if they're big Lord of the Rings fans. Both of those are probably instant buy. Marty Becker says for the Snoopy and Woodstock. Is that what you mean? Because we do suffer from a bit of a delay here.
We do. VMAX suggests that we're going to call it Snoopy's Campfire Adventure, just like Sonic's Campfire Adventure.
Or Snoopy's Bonfire Bash, just like Phonic the Porcupine's Bonfire Bash.
Porcupine. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. Like I said, I got some more to say about this later. But I wanted to get to the main event, at least for Mark, and that would have to be this.
Yes.
Mark's floating sea otter.
It's just the floating sea Mark is what it is.
Yeah, look at him floating on his back, kicking up his legs. We've got some interesting recolors down here. I don't know if they'll do those, or at least colors I don't have in the fern piece. Who knows if they'll allow that for an idea set? Maybe they've already got some other colors coming out. Who knows?
Gabriel Cabral likes the Snoopy set. Rick Dead Build says Snoopy is kind of bland with no setting.
Okay, well, I mean, he does have a setting. He's roasting marshmallows at the campfire, brah.
Brad says it's too cute.
Too cute.
Ding dong, a doorbell.
A doorbell, yeah.
100%. Do we have a banner for that?
I felt like we should if we don't.
I'll work on it.
We do have this one, and sometimes
Yes.
you use this one to be like barf in the good way.
Yes.
Because we can differentiate that from this, which is not what this one is.
Correct.
So we can just give it the barf. It's super cute. There we go. Ding dong. It's a doorbell. So we have that up there. There we go.
You just slow your roll there, sir. I was getting to it.
I like it.
I do
like
too.
it.
Yeah, ding dong. It's a doorbell. It wins. It's our first ding dong. It's a doorbell of the night.
I feel like when they go to produce an actual Lego set from this,
Mm-hmm.
there's more we could do with it. My very first thought is if you get the right designer, could you do a 3-in-1 for this?
Ooh, it's a good
'Cause
call.
they have been on pure fire with some of those 3-in-1s like we talked about last week.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind being able to see the otter out of the water. He's playful and adorable like
Yeah.
this.
But can you pose him? Yeah.
Can you pose him? Yeah, do a little more.
Good point.
It's like you can move his feet a little bit. He's got some ball joints, but I'd like to be able to do more with him.
Paige Pritchard says a set Mark might actually build. This is true. Trick Dead Build says Otter is better than Peelybone.
I mean.
And if you know Algoff's work, you know this is true. He says it's a great parts pack for him. Brickhead
Yeah.
Bread said, I saw some otters at the aquarium today. Nice. Were they a doorbell?
They're the best, for sure.
Chris Cummings is here. Thanks for joining us tonight, Chris. He says, howdy. Flowers, I guess, are like diesel locomotives. A person needs lots of them of the same type color and numerous different types. Proves how crazy a person is with more locomotives than anything. Yeah, it's the collector's mentality. And they're definitely going for that.
Yeah. I like the dark brown here. Of course, hopefully they fixed the dark brown because just like the reddish brown and the dark red it was brittle and it would break.
Yeah.
Especially if you're thinking of doing a 3-in-1 so that people might rebuild it. Got to be careful with that. In theory, they fixed it, but I don't know.
Yeah. I would say the most exciting part about the landscaping is the that fern piece in dark orange, it looks like.
And then coral too, or something like that.
Ooh, I didn't see the coral one.
Yeah, there's 2 different colors. So there's the coral one here and then orange or dark orange over here. And I don't know if they are allowed to use recolors in idea sets or not. I don't know.
Right. It looks like they might all be dark orange, but it looks coral from this view because of the shadowing.
Yeah, it's definitely a different color.
Oh, okay.
But we don't talk about colors. So
we don't do that.
Yeah. Betcha a maple poly bag on it.
Gambit for Hire is here. Thanks for joining us tonight. I like the otter, but I agree with Brick Dad. A full otter would be nice. Something you said too there. Need a full otter. Yep. You and Brick Dad again agree.
Yeah,
need a full otter that I can pose. Ideas can recolor.
Okay.
Right. Bricklink Designer Program cannot, apparently.
If you say so. Oh yeah, I mean those are different.
Is a differentiation.
Okay. Yeah, I also don't know that I've seen a trans light blue or trans blue one of these pieces with the clip on it before. Yeah. Maybe it exists. I don't know.
I don't think it does.
But he's Otter's kind of fun. He's cute.
Brick Orphanage is here. Thanks for joining us. Wait, we've already seen him. Either way, thanks for joining us. They usually redesign the heck out of idea sets anyway.
Yeah, I mean, some
that's
more so
correct.
than others, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was just my first reaction was maybe this is destined for a 3-in-1. I'd like them to keep the playful otterness to some extent.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that just the single model of the otter is going to be for everybody. We'll buy it because, we're into it. But I think as a 3-in-1, it might have even more broad appeal.
My first thought was it's about damn time.
Yeah. The otters are a lot of people's favorites at the zoo. They're playful. They're cute.
Now that we've had this, though, I need a pangolin.
Yeah, okay.
Mm.
Maybe just some crazy anteater you can turn into a pangolin.
No.
All right, straight up pangolin.
Yes.
All right, I got it.
Brickdead Build says, transclip exists, but in the Jedi ways of the Force. For those, you need the dark side. Okay.
Okay.
Clear. That's clear.
Yeah, very, very unclear. That's okay. There is one other type of hairy creature that we can talk about that Lego announced. And
not in the Jedi ways. Gotcha.
I don't know what to even say about it or what we can say about it.
Brickhead Bread also says, isn't there a 3-in-1 that you can make an otter?
There might be.
Is there?
Or was it the main build ever? And was it any good?
Lego 3-in-1 otter. Looking, I have this magic little box. Nothing comes up immediately. I don't see any. I could be wrong.
Yeah. All right. So here's our last hairy creature to talk about.
Oh, there's so much to talk about here.
Yeah. So this is all we got.
Yeah.
Coming in 2026. And the reason we know it's coming in 2026 is because not only have they already told us that,
yeah,
but the license is currently owned by Mega Brands for Pokemon. And they have a bunch of sets out on shelves at Target and wherever else for Pokemon. Most of them, of course, are Pokemon themselves in various shapes and sizes. Of course, we have Bricker Builds or whoever it is that does the Pokeballs already. The Pokédex, a life-sized Ash. I mean, I don't even know all the things you can build with these. But it makes sense that they would attach these together now to the extent that Lego and Nintendo have a good relationship.
Yeah.
Nintendo owns Pokemon. So,
and just judging by this teaser, which has a brick-built Pikachu tail, I'm wondering if they're going to do this, if they're going to Mario this bitch and make brick-built figures instead of minifig.
It would seem like that is the way that Mega Brands has gone with it. It also seems like based on the fact that you have a bunch of different sizes of Pokemon,
vastly different sizes,
as they evolve and whatever else that you want to do it that way.
But they're all going to be 3-in-1s.
It could be. I don't know. You could do that. You could be, here's Charizard, Charmander, and Charizard or whatever.
They have human characters, and so if they were to be represented by minifigures, it might make the different sizes of the Pokemon
really hard
difficult
to do.
Yes, difficult to accomplish. Are there settings in Pokemon? Because I'm not really aware too much of the universe.
Yeah, I think a little bit. I mean, they don't have to battle like in an arena. They can battle out in the wild.
Yeah.
Just sort of wherever, the countryside of Japan or wherever it is they want to set themselves.
Just kind of anywhere, a pagoda house, perhaps. So Brickdad Builds brings up that we had a squirrel, not an otter. He also says a 2x4 tail tip can give an extrapolation of size, which, to your point, Ben, like you said, if they're looking at the stuff that Bricker builds, creates, designs, then that is what people might assume Lego's going to go with as well. Paige Pritchard says, I can't wait to catch them all. Chris Cummings says, is that 3-in-1 the bunny with the otter build option? Isn't the bunny like, wait, I don't know. I'll check it out. Or the Great Kitten.
Nonsense.
Chris Cummings. Brickdad Builds also says the Brickhead human figs. Brickhead human figs. Oh, like the brickheads? Like brickheads with the Z? I think that would look crazy. Let's see. They might brick build the people like the Wednesday series. Oh,
They
like
could do that.
those? They could do that.
And here's one that
Maybe it's a baby
Mega
seal.
Brands has now. They have Pikachu with an Ash
I didn't find
catch 'em.
out.
Path to Victory.
Oh yeah. There's a
So they do have that
there's a tournament arena thing. I don't know why I'm spinning my
over here.
hand. Yeah, to the right. That's what I'm doing. And it's round and it's a arena. And it looks like there's figures in it.
Yeah, those are more
those are kind of
figure-y.
cute.
Yeah.
I wonder why they switched over to Lego, because it doesn't look like to be honest, it doesn't look like Mega was doing too bad of a job with this.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that they aren't, but at the same time, you get a lot more exposure with Lego.
Yeah.
No question. And I think one of the biggest problems or bigger problems that I tend to have with Mega Brands,
Yeah.
the quality's lower in terms of the brick.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily even the same with all Lego clone brands. There are some that have very high quality brick, but they also tend to use more specialty parts than Lego does. That's not to say Lego won't come out with new molds, but and they do all the time, right?
Yeah.
Mega will do parts that are essentially, one use, and that is never done well for Lego. Like when they did the molded heads for the construction figures,
Right.
those are not nearly as popular as other things, and that's kind of where I've had my issue with Mega Brands, I guess, is that they're maybe sometimes they feel cheap, and then they kind of have these parts that aren't really reusable.
And that might be the big part of it, is just they feel cheap. I'm not sure how the clutch power is on Mega, but I know that the feel of the bricks is quite. You can tell if you accidentally grab one. Chris Cummings says maybe it was a baby seal. You are correct. That is what it is. It's a baby seal, not an otter. Nick and Brick says, "Want to catch them all? Your wallet is flocked if they end up making them all."
Yeah. They originally had like 150 Pokemon, and now they have like 300 and some. They have some ridiculous number of these things.
It's like Animal Crossing villagers, except you can at least make those minifigures. Gabriel Cabral says, "Do you think the Mega Constructs Pokemon sets will go up in price in a few years? Like, is there a good resale market for them? Who knows? I don't think with Lego making these now, if they do a better job, I don't think these will go up necessarily.
Yeah, and
maybe for nostalgia for some people.
Just look at the pure number of available options they have here, though. This is an insane
big loss
number
for them.
Of sets. Oh yeah.
VMAC Attack says, "Got to catch them all." STDs. There we go. Brickhead Brad says, "I guarantee they'll do something that will upset everyone." No, not like it's relatively easy to upset people. I think it's a new IP for Lego. Pokemon is hitting big on social popularity again. What's causing that? Because I know Pokemon Go is big, especially during the pandemic.
There was, yeah. I mention this the other day. I was at Target and there was like a line of people at the front of the store, but they weren't in the self-checkout line. And I was like, what are they doing? And then I saw they had a barricade up and there was someone restocking Pokemon cards at the front of the store. And it must have been a release day. I don't remember if it was February 28th or March 1st or what day it was. But there may have been like a new series coming out or something. And so this line of people were all there to buy Pokemon cards. And they all had similar characteristics, as in, oh yeah, those guys are here to buy Pokemon cards, right? It was 94% male.
Yeah.
All of the same general age range.
Which was?
26 to 34. I don't know.
I love how you came up with the number.
Out of school at that moment, but standing around getting ready to buy their Pokemon.
Gabriel Cabral says, "Brickhead Brad, I agree. I think Lego will drop the ball on some sets, and that is why I think the Mega Constructs will go up in value." I'm curious, why is that your guys' expectation? I mean, we haven't even seen any sets yet, so I'm curious what you guys are basing that on. Simply curious.
Here's a 3-in-1 Pokemon Charmander Evolution.
Okay.
They have all three of them here.
Yeah.
Looks like you can build all three at once as well. Take that, Lego.
So, Brick That Build says they will Mario it. Zero minifig will be a mini doll line. I don't think so either.
Maybe not joking. Mini dolls. I mean,
unless he means like the Wednesday size figures that they Wednesday and And what was the other one they did that with? Wicked. So you can build all three at once, you're saying.
At least on this
Oh
one.
no.
Yeah. And I guess I would
Down.
say based on who was buying Pokemon cards, I doubt there'll be mini dolls. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they got a lot of Mega Brands has a lot of stuff. So is Lego going to do all this? Looks like they have these kinetic sculptures in several different ones as part of their line. They have a ridiculous number of these pixel art ones.
Yeah, there's a ton of those.
Yeah, tons of them in Pokeballs, which of course I'm wholly expecting Lego to do something like this.
They've got the mold with those planet things that they made for Star Wars. Yeah. Nick and Brick says
Jumbo Pokeball.
Oh, that's kind of cool. What? Sorry. This is why I should read these before I put them up on screen. Apparently, Target now sells dildos. Okay. Good. Thanks for sharing.
Okay.
Sorry, should have kept that to myself. But it's interesting.
I also want to know, do you say Pokemon and Pokeballs or Pokeballs? Pokeballs are something different, I know, but they're spelled the same way,
right? Paige Pritchard says the card unboxing videos are big online again. Everyone is looking to open a rare one and resell.
Okay.
So you can't scan you don't have like the minifig finder app with that, do you? They're completely blind, huh?
Well, at least the cards are. Yeah.
VMAX says you're getting an arena, a nurse station, and a few capture sets. The rest will be CMF style. We got a lot of different opinions on what this is going to be.
In the blind boxes. So they did that with Mario too.
They did.
The buildable figures.
And then some cool parts in those. And Target was more willing to put them at the checkout than they were CMFs because apparently CMFs were getting stolen left and right. So I could actually grab those when I went to Target. So I had a few of those.
Yeah. You can build the Pokédex. So should I say Pokédex or Pokédex?
I have no idea.
I don't either.
Chris Cummings says, I was checking out the new Minecraft sets at Meijer for the movie. And those are sweet parts packs, in his opinion. A lot of the Minecrafts are just because you get some actual, like a good amount of basic pieces and, in colors that you might want, depending on the set that you're looking at or what color bricks you might be looking for. Brick Dad Build says, drop the ball. Based on how they've done the Animal Crossing flowers, now we don't need them in sets. Just based on that, Gabriel Cabral says, Mega Constructs produced unique parts to make their models spot on, which is what Ben was talking about. I don't think Lego will do that, which will make the Lego models not as good. Interesting.
I mean, there'll probably be stickers or prints, but I think they'll do less specialized parts. But they might do new molds that they use across the line.
Yeah. And I think we're more likely to see prints in this than stickers because a lot of these
because of the age and everything else. Yeah.
Well, and also the mold, like the faces and like the legs and stuff and the belly here on Charizard. It's kind of like they don't put stickers on curved pieces unless it's a curved slope and not the dome-ish, the parabolic pieces, I'll say.
Right.
Pokédex Pokemon.
Pokédex Pokemon. All right. So not Pokemon. Yep. Pokemon.
Okay. Well, learn something new every day.
We'll have to keep practicing that.
Brick Dad Build says, I'd love to see new molds for sure. Oh, well, I'd love to see them too because I could probably use them in something else. I won't be building Pokemon.
There will be more. They'll definitely have to do more curved slopes, just like they've had to do for Speed Champions, right? We'll see more parts that we'll get to use, but they'll be less like this, where it's just this one crazy headpiece.
Well, humor me there. Who is the buff man in the Speedo with 2 sets of arms? Just curious.
I think that's Machamp or Machamp.
Machamp?
Yeah, I don't know. Machamp. He's got 4 arms. I mean, that's, He's got 4 forearms and 4 biceps.
No triceps?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Color palette has potential.
Yeah.
Algoff says Pokemon would be a total parts buy or resale buy. I could care less about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Parts buys for me.
They definitely have one of the things about Pokemon, and I'll try to make sure we say Pokemon right, is that they have different elemental associations with them or different types. There's, fire type and water type and a bunch of other types like fighter type and ghost type and all these other things.
Pokemon.
But that's going to help us with various foliage and recolor parts for sure. There'll be some exciting parts as long as they're not, ridiculously priced.
Definitely. Brickdad Build suggests that he will be called Bro based on his arms.
Could be.
That's what I'm going to call him.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him Todd.
I like how he's got like a championship fighter belt around his middle there. It's just got a P on it for Pokemon.
And I don't know what position that kid has him in, but it looks a little crazy. VMAC Attack says, I do dirty things in an alley for an Espeon.
Okay.
It's a very specific offer.
That's a very specific Pokemon.
Espeon.
Yeah, which one is that? Here's Golbat. He's one of the kinetic ones. Make his wings flap.
See if you got a good picture of
It's just so many of these.
Here. Founder. Mm-hmm.
Is she a sexy Pokemon?
Yes.
Okay. Makes sense.
I mean, if you find this sexy.
You find rhinos in Animal Crossing sexy. So.
True.
All right. It's got 2 tails and a creepy eye dot thing and
a third eye or a laser or
could be both.
A sensor, movement sensor, heat sensor. I don't know.
I mean, I guess if you think about it this way, right? I have bought precisely 0 Mega Brands Pokemon sets.
Todd with 4Ds. You've bought what? Sorry?
Exactly 0 of these.
Oh, okay. I thought you said, for some reason I heard several. I was like, you have?
No, exactly 0. I bought a couple of Halo ones when my son was like into us playing together.
Yeah.
But none of these. And the only reason I'd buy them from Lego is for the parts. So
same. Brickhead Brad asks VMAC Attack if he means like pick some gum off the wall and eat it. VMAC Attack says that what's her name? Espeon.
She's a psychic.
She's a psychic type. Helgoff suggests that that's a zit.
Could be.
In the middle of her forehead.
Could be.
Red Brickhead Build says sexy, no sensual, possibly. Okay, good.
Sensual. All right. Whatever.
Okay. Espeon is an evolution. Evolution.
EV evolution. Evolution.
Evolution.
Yeah, EV is this one here, I think.
It was an evolution.
EV is this Pokemon.
Oh God. Would it be rude if I was just like, I don't care? Only because I was about to go look her up on Wikipedia.
No, this is the
I'm sorry.
This is it too. Right here. Eevee.
Bulbapedia.
Pixelated. Here she is here.
Bulbapedia is a psychic type Pokemon introduced in Generation 2. It evolves from Eevee when leveled up with high friendship during the day or with a sun shard in the player's bag. I'm so happy I know this now.
Why wouldn't you?
Part of my soul just left my body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess we'll see. Not till 2026 though.
Ah.
Yeah.
I don't know what sound I just made.
Ah.
But it wasn't unlike a donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bold of Lego to be like, hey, Pokemon's coming when they're still selling it through Mega Brands.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because in case you didn't know, Mega Brands made these, and why, you probably did. But if for some reason you were living under a rock, Lego's sort of been like, hey,
yeah,
did you know they already have these things?
Brickhead Brad asks, can we get a buildable Star Wars creature line, which I think would be cool because I think it'd be great parts packs. And Ben, I think you and I need to get on that.
Sure, why not? It could totally be a thing.
I think it'd be cool.
Rancor, Tauntaun. They've done some versions of those here and there, but
Bantha.
A Bantha, oh yes.
A Bantha that sits.
And the
and shakes and then spins and lays down. And you give it a treat.
Crazy
Rancor. You already said Rancor.
Rancor, of course. Yep. You need
Tauntaun. The snow thing. What is that called?
Tauntaun.
No. The beast in the cave. The Wampa.
Oh, the Wampa. Yeah. But only if he has one arm.
Sarlacc.
Trash compactor worm. You never see that thing though. Sarlacc. The trash compactor eye thing. Yeah, you never really see that.
What were you thinking of?
Of the the lizards that the stormtroopers ride out in the desert.
Dewbacks.
The dewbacks. Yes.
I yelled it into my microphone, which is above my head this week, and I don't have to worry about it clinking around down here anymore. Obviously, didn't work on the desk. It's here, and I've hit my head on it only like 15 times.
They both have dewbacks and rancors as molded pieces, and then they also have them, not the rancors, but they do have the dewbacks in like the chibi style ones from the microfighter.
Yeah.
But they don't have like a serious attempt at them.
Gabriel Cabral suggests the monsters from the Geonosis Arena scene.
Oh, yes.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Yes.
Agreed.
The crazy super tiger and the praying mantis thing.
The crazy super tiger. Yeah, with the Cheshire chainsaw face.
Yeah.
Those falcon suckers. Minoc. Falcon suckers.
Minocs.
They're called Minoc. Jeez, guys. Come on.
Of course they are. Everybody knows that.
The elbow worm. The hell is that? Minoc. Yes, thank you, Brickhead Bread.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
it's an elbow worm.
You know what we're set to talk about next?
I don't. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Did you have any more sets we missed, or is that everything?
I think that's everything. Let me go check the. Well, there's better pictures of the back of the box for Bilbo Baggins.
Yes, you did show me that.
Let me see.
Does anyone know if Lego will have a new Transformer set for 2025? They do sort of space them out. The only two they've really shown interest in so far is Bumblebee and Optimus, though. So I don't know.
Where? Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League. Oh, that's an ad.
VMAC tells us when the Falcon is flying out of the asteroid, you can see the elbow of the puppeteer in the body of the giant space bird when he comes out to try to get the guy.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So here they are, the back of the box.
Did you already ask this? Because I was searching stuff. Okay, sorry. There's the back of the box. There it is. It looks cute.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a doorbell. That tree still gets to me. But it looks like it's a pretty good interior.
The back of the tree looks far worse than the front of the tree.
I think they actually turned it around for this. Like they don't want to show you the back.
It just kind of looks like crap.
Yeah. But no, there we have it. See some more of the characters that come in there and see not Bilbo Baggins, but no, it is Bilbo Baggins.
Bilbo.
Yep, sitting at his desk. Looks like a pretty good interior. It is not as, I would say, complete as some of the stuff we've seen come out recently, where there's, the roof doesn't go all the way over. It is kind of like Super Dollhouse, where there's, I think we talked about how the trees are a little lackluster in this, and it looks like the landscaping might avoid the full depth. But I think because the front is so beautiful, they're trying to keep this in a specific price range, so not going too crazy by making it fully enclosed. But I think they did a pretty good job with the interior. Got some carpets in there. Got pictures above the mantle there. Yeah. It's cute.
Probably working on his manuscript.
Still better than the Jesus tree.
Okay.
Which is this.
Yeah,
I think that's more of a Jesus tree than anything else. So there we have it.
We do have this as a Easter GWP.
The hell is that?
It hinges open.
Is it supposed to be a cake?
It's called like the Easter surprise or something.
Shut up.
It has some hinges on it, so it hinges open.
That's the dumbest looking thing.
I don't know.
Are those stickers?
I'm gonna go with yes.
Flower pot. That's what we've been missing. Flowers growing out of a bunny's head. A marshmallow bunny.
Does kind of looks like it has a little crown of flowers up there. I don't know.
Oh boy, I hate that thing.
Well, we are about ready to get into it.
We sure are.
We have got
Brickhead Brad likes it, which is fine. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. Yep.
Hey,
Final Four is coming up. Let's see if I can get some media assets going here.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm looking for a rock.
All right. Awesome. So we are down to our final four, if you can believe it, in March release madness. And let's I can show you the final four, but then let's go back and look at their journey quick here. These are our final four. Indy region. We've got the Star Wars AT-AT driver, Holiday Joy region, the enormous T-Rex fossil. Grand Rapids region, we have the Trevi Fountain. And from the Fort Wayne region, for some reason, we have the upscale minifig driver.
That's been the most interesting journey for me. The things that it's beat, I've been a little surprised by.
Yeah.
And although we had tiebreakers get us there, the fact that they were tied in the first place kind of blows my mind just a little bit.
So out of the Indy region here, a couple of little surprises here. I think this one's not like super shocking. I'm a little surprised that the stupid French Cafe beat anything. Based on some of the ripping we did of that and how kind of clunky the set is. I'm sure VMAC would agree with us. Like, how the heck did it beat Nigel in this Williams racing car? But it did. I'd say that's the biggest surprise out of this round. I'm not surprised the AT-AT driver came out of this, even though it was a 3 seed. Mostly because of just the pure F1 overload that we really got this year.
All right, so VMAC Attack suggests, and I love this, need flowers out of a racing stripe tidy whiteys. That's next.
Interesting.
We might see that in June releases. Who knows?
We could. They're really into toilets and flowers. So
maybe tidy whiteys are next. Brickdad Build says, let the chaos ensue. Chris Cummings says, probably a fluffy tail. Behind the bunny?
Could be.
Perhaps. VMAC Texas Fort Wayne is fucked up. Can confirm. Brickdad Build says, IP Legacy with AT-AT wins. Perhaps.
Hey. We'll see.
Well, I think in this region, actually, if I may say so, flowers out of a crack pipe. Why not?
Flowers out of a bong.
I could see the parts they could make it from right now. Lots of transparent cockpits, but yeah. I think there was just too much F1 here. And that's kind of what happened. I think that's the only reason the Paris Cafe beat that Speed Champion set. And I think the AT helmet originally won because people didn't necessarily want to see two Technicars against each other. And then at the end of the day, they were like, yeah, we just don't want to see any cars at all. That's what we have in the Tainted. I mean, it's a very specific fan base I think they're going for with the F1 series. And I think, seriously, they're looking to bring in new LEGO fans from the F1 fandom.
Yeah. VMAC notwithstanding. And, Abaris as well. He's not here today, as far as I can tell.
Hold on. All right, I'm gonna get you down because this is starting to cut out your volume. So go ahead, say that again, please, because I don't think anybody heard you.
Both VMAC and Abaris are big F1 fans, as is Nicole, our friend. Girl bricks a lot. Yep. So we do know there are some existing LEGO fans,
100%.
Also F1 fans.
Oh, huge!
My son a fan definitely as well. My microphone it's doing something weird. Okay,
not sure the majority of our chat is obviously not, and I'm not sure most of the majority of LEGO fans I know are, but it's not like they aren't there. I didn't mean to suggest that there are none, as it's very obvious we have some that are obviously VMAC Attack. Chris Cummings suggests that the big minifig could pee in the fountain. The Tainted is alive with bro humor tonight. I just gotta say, Brickhead Brad agrees. I'd buy it too. That Williams is beautiful. Everyone else is wrong. It's a beautiful set. I can't disagree.
Yeah. Then the Holiday Joy.
That T-Rex, we put it on top and it trounced everything, and it wasn't even originally in the bracket.
Yeah, we'll get to that later. There was some outcry for the Stitch House to get back in. There was even a hashtag proposed last week. But yeah, I don't know that there were any surprises here, but I think there's some more to talk about in this region at some point. Not surprised that the T-Rex clawed his way out of here, though.
I mean, I guess, and I'll get to that later as well. I guess this is when we probably should have conferenced on what we put in our silliness, because my silliness is half serious.
Mine too.
Brickdad Build says, I love racing, but I prefer V8 Supercar series. F1 is very pretentious in my opinion. And I know he meant I prefer, but I like the way the sentence goes, but I prefer V8 Supercar series. So I said that way. I'm prefer. Yeah, I like it. We're going to stick with it.
All right, this region, I'm not so shocked about anything in here. Trevi versus Van Gogh at the end.
And that was a tiebreaker too. That was I believe, a plate flip, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it came down to that. I think the problem was we had the yellow
Amara choice, sorry.
plus more yellow versus the Trevi Fountain. Second version of the Trevi Fountain. I think a lot of people find the Van Gogh painting and structure transcendent. I personally don't, so I'm not upset. You can see that, the seating committee agreed. They put Trevi over the flowers here, but the flower was probably one of our stronger 2 seats.
Yeah, absolutely. This was in general, I would say the entire tournament kind of shows me that last year's March 1st was just stronger in general. There was a lot more exciting sets. There's a lot of stuff that just kind of there's a lot of crap that just kind of fell by the wayside easily and quickly, like the Ninjago dragons, the Cinderella dresses, that night bus. VMAC Tech says, I miss Group C. What's he talking about?
Yeah, this is Group C, I guess. At least from what we have on here, this is our third group. I would say this region probably had the most variety. I'm not surprised where it went.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have chosen anything different in any other rounds.
Yeah.
But it is kind of an interesting amalgamation, I guess, of different ideas in Grand Rapids. And of course, this was our art region. So we had an art and an architecture set in here, and one of the two did come out of it.
Quite true. Brick Dad Build says, I saw both sides. Fountain is stronger all around build.
Okay. And then in our last region,
what the hell is happening in this region? I'm most confused about this one. I mean, I think perhaps this racing minifigure. What if it goes all the way to the end? What if it freaking wins?
Maybe if it wins.
Because you and I obviously are not fans of this thing, but obviously it has some fans. And granted, it's gotten its way through with tiebreakers. I have to say, last week I was really surprised because I think the Horizon set is very cool. Again, you make a great point. You can't find it on Lego.com unless you search Horizon, the actual word Horizon, and then it's the 9th result. You have to scroll down the page to actually find it. It's not the first result that comes up when you type in the word Horizon. So I don't think a lot of people are huge fans of it. I just think it's such a cool set. Even though I never played the game.
Colors.
Yeah.
I like the price to part ratio on it is the craziest of all of them.
Here's where we need some help from the Tainted. If you tell us something sucks, remember that sometimes it's 30 seconds since you make the comment until we read it. So if you could be more specific and say, the racing minifigure sucks.
This region sucks.
That would help. VMAC Attack says, too many regretful nights at Babylon. What?
I think he's talking about this Group C thing.
Oh, okay.
Endurance racing with basically no rules. Run what you brung. That's what they call it. Rest in peace.
Okay.
So
I still say what?
I still say what too. I guess here.
Sleep for the vote. Ginger rules. Okay.
Oh, he wanted the Horizon set.
Oh yeah. That yeah, those minifigs are badass.
This is kind of.
It shouldn't have been that close in the meantime, I don't think. And actually still, even though that isn't the best Ninjago city set yet, I don't think that should have been a tie either. Or did it win on its own? I feel like we flipped a plate on that one.
I think it won straight up by one vote. And this was the week I was in the Grand Canyon that it went up against each other.
Yeah, I barely remember that.
I did come on for it. Sean was really promoting the Big Fig idea to the extent that it could expand out to other areas, but they did the Big Fig Harry Potters, and I could find those sets on clearance all day long, every day.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think they're gonna make Star Wars Big Figs.
They're not,
because this thing exists, right?
VMAC Tech says Babylon is a gay bar in Fort Wayne with cheap drinks. Okay.
Okay.
I'll follow that back through when I listen to this back, and I'll be like, oh, now I see the story. Right now I'm like, what? And it just keeps taking left turns. Gabriel Cabral says, upscaled minifigs are a cool tribute to the Lego hobby that we all love.
Okay.
But this one,
big minifigs rock. We need more. See, some people are really into these things for some reason.
And it may not even be a surprise. It may be that we don't have the same love that the Tainted have.
I just don't understand.
For the big minifigures. So who's it up against tonight? It is up against the Treasure
Well, here we go. Final four.
Yeah.
So let's start. Do you want to start on the left or the right side of the bracket?
I think the mech disappointment killed Ninjago as well. I agree. Let's just go with the left because we always do.
Sure.
How does it work in the Final Four in NCAA?
Yeah, well, so
they kind of go with
Indies fighting Holiday Joy, and Fort Wayne and Grand Rapids going head-to-head Indy. That would be our Lego AT-AT driver helmet. You said that you managed to slip all the information that I needed right into the slides themselves, which is super nice of you.
Down at the bottom. Yep, just trying to be thoughtful.
Yeah.
Big Fig is a limited edition, like a CMF fig. Big Fig is like it's like one of the limited edition CMF figs. Is it? Because I didn't recognize it as anything that we've seen. The Octon guy has the wrong torso. I thought the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so the AT-AT driver helmet is, for those of you following along, set 75429, 730 pieces for $70. And it is going up against the big daddy of them all, the Dinosaurs Fossil T-Rex, or the Dinosaur Fossils T-Rex. Set number 76968, 3,145 pieces for $250. Came out March 15th and messed up our entire bracket.
Ben, this is the only set in the Final Four that comes with minifigures. Granted, one of them is a giant minifigure, but this is the only one that comes with minifigures.
Crazy.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, crazy.
VMAC Tech says AT-AT is going to get his whole T-Rex. Oh, hey, how about I start a poll?
Oh, yeah, we do need those.
How else do we do this? All right, you talk while I get my head out of my ass here. La 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 la.
So I think the suggestion Brickdad says it's not an exclusive, but for some reason the fans view it as some sort of crazy CMF type exclusive.
Could you imagine if they had these in blind packs?
You have to pay $70 and you don't know which minifig you get.
And there's no scan app for it. I want to see this happen.
That would be terrible.
Oh, that's a great idea for a silliness segment.
Yeah, what big fig should they produce? Okay, so I would say, to me, this has seemed like the winner of this one has a leg up in the championship match.
Wah, wah.
But who knows? Because we've been hearing all kinds of people with love for the big fig, which very well might end up in the championship match for the way I'm feeling about this. Right
Look at me.
I'm voting for it.
I started a poll. How long do you want to discuss this one? You want to do it 5 minutes like we did last week?
Sure.
Perfect, because that's how long I was on the rowing machine.
Cool.
I already said.
This one here, I will say, I only own one of these two sets, and it is the AT-AT driver helmet.
Okay.
But that's mostly probably because it's $70 instead of $250.
Correct.
And I have a place for it on my shelf, and I don't have anywhere to put that giant T-Rex. If you're asking me which one is a better set or a cooler statement piece, it's the T-Rex fossil.
Oh yeah,
enormous.
As we discovered last week, or as we discussed last week, it will eat your cereal.
It'll eat your lunch. That's how badass it is.
This one will guard your keys, your stair keys.
Yes, and your metal orb that you put on top of your books with all the spines turned towards the staircase.
Right. This is a very treacherous house to live in. There's a table right in front of the stairs and a fern and all your books and a sphere. Don't step on that down the stairs.
Step on that coming down the stairs.
What is wrong with these lifestyle shots? And this one, it's quite the statement piece.
Just look at that thing.
Where
do you put this?
I don't appreciate how he's touching it.
Yeah. Brick Orphanage says that it's on display at the MOA and it's massive for the price. Yeah, I should go back there and fill up another 6 pick-a-brick boxes with fern pieces in both green and dark green and take a look to see it on display. I'm guessing it's probably not available in the store because it's probably sold out and back ordered everywhere, but maybe not. Yeah. I don't know.
Only 2 minifigures in the entire remaining in the entire tournament, and they look like they're good at free throws.
Crazy. Yeah, you never know. I think one's an 80% shooter, and the other one's like a 91%. So pretty
Ooh.
good. Yeah,
I don't know where you're getting these stats, but yeah, good to know.
no
good to know.
shacks. No shacks up there.
No shacks.
No.
Yeah. All right.
man.
Up against this.
It says the helmet is nice except the big stickers.
All right. What are we looking at here? We've got 2 minutes. We got 3 minutes left in the poll, and right now T-Rex is ahead 69% to what's that? 31%.
31.
And there's probably a percentage missing, so we'll just say 30. Oh, I just looked at the screen, and apparently I was just rubbing my nose like this. Like, I don't realize I do that. It itched. I wasn't picking it.
Yeah. Emax says just missing a 1920 style roller skate on the stickers. I'm imagining one of those ones that you strapped onto your shoe. Like
Yes.
The kid ones. That you put
Yeah,
on.
totally. That's what I was imagining as well, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
so
think there's
there
a
it is.
ton of stickers on this thing. I'm sure that probably up in the middle here. Yeah.
This is a sticker.
corners.
So you bought this, but you haven't put it together.
Not yet, no.
Aha. Because I was going to ask you how many stickers. I think this is also a sticker.
I think that's printed. They have been in the
Ooh.
past.
Oh, okay.
And the 2 Imperial symbols on the head are definitely printed.
And again, I do appreciate that they used a pin as part of the design, or a Technic pin as part of the design, or half pin probably is what that is.
Mhm.
Because it looks like there's an extra pattern down there, but it's not. It's just a tan Technic pin.
Yeah, there might be some more stickers on the back of the helmet. Oh, and there's definitely some down here on the respirators. Yeah, I mean, there's a number of stickers, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm not getting too bent out of shape about them.
Let's see the back, because it's on the back of the box. No, it's not.
Nope.
Just the back of the movie helmet is on the back of the box. Well,
Okay.
it wouldn't be bad. Gabriel Cabral says, in my opinion, the helmet is one of the best helmets in the line. I agree with that 100%. I thought this was really compelling when I first saw it, and I haven't bought a Star Wars set in I don't know how long.
Yeah, they had the Imperial, the TIE Fighter helmet, which was kind of similar in some regards. And then it's got like those 2 hoses that go down out of it. That was a really good design. I thought the Vader one was pretty good, pretty well designed as well.
Got a 1 minute warning.
Kind of boring. So.
1 minute till the poll closes. T-Rex still ahead by 65%, or at 65% right now. I think the last Star Wars set I bought was probably the Ewok Village. Anyway, you were going on about the helmets in the series.
Yeah, I
Your
mean, I
opinions
think
on that?
I don't disagree that this is one of the better ones.
Yeah.
Is it going to be as fondly remembered or desired as the T-Rex fossil? 0%.
Yeah.
That thing is just crazy big.
All right, we're in our
Crazy interesting.
last 30 seconds for this one. And this one, like you said, trounced its way through the entire, what is it? Indie region?
Holiday
Joy. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think it's about to make its way into the finals.
Yes.
Here, this is the dumbest picture to stay on. And we are down to 5 seconds. And so I'm about to close this poll. AT-AT driver helmet actually gaining a little bit of traction, but not enough. We end the poll with T-Rex at 63% and AT-AT helmet at 36%. So we have our winner for the first matchup of the night.
Yeah, Gabriel says, so congratulations, T-Rex fossil. Gabriel Cabral says, I have the TIE Fighter helmet sealed in a box. I really want to build it, but it shot up in price, and now I feel bad cracking it open. Hold that thought, Gabriel. We'll talk about that later. Let's see. Brick Dad Build says the AT-AT helmet would be a great accent piece next to the UCS AT-AT. Okay.
Yeah. Agreed.
Have them both. Yeah. You could just put the helmet right on top of the AT-AT. Let's see here. Traction T-Rex. So apparently Lego Team B is celebrating the win. Brick Dad Builds throwing out a dad joke, saying this was a Jurassic win. Let's see. Brick Larrikin says, great band T-Rex. Okay, we gotta make that thing stop falling.
Yeah, well, I only had a couple minutes before the stream started to get it up here, so it's just on a temporary. This is a load-bearing beam here, or pillar here, so it's metal behind that, and so I needed my toolbox is also in storage, so it's all just kind of like I'll just stick this damn thing to the wall, and here we go. I just can't keep doing this. I'll learn that eventually. Who knows?
All right. So we'll move that one through. I'll update the bracket after we get through with our last region, our last two matchups, last two regions, last matchup. Grand Rapids region, we've got the Trevi Fountain, set number 21062, 1,880 pieces, $160, going up against Upscale Racing Driver Minifigure, set 40819, 694 pieces, $55. Also has the minifigs branding next to it. So though we've said, hey, it ain't a minifig or only set with a minifig,
it sure does.
Apparently Lego thinks this is a minifig too.
Well, and that's probably why people are thinking it, because they're like, oh, it's minifigures, which that's some gaslighting, if I'm being honest. Sure. It's a damn thing. You already bring this up, sorry. It's a damn thing for sure. It took me way too long to mess up your face. Sorry. Yeah, no, this thing's gonna stick around forever. Maybe I should get it in a frame and kind of protect it. The hook does stretch the canvas if I push it back too far, so it's really just kind of balancing, and that thing's just on, the double-sided tape on top of it all. Al Goff says the fig is going down.
Finally going down.
I've thought that before too. Oops, let me start the timer. I started the poll right away.
Brick Dad Build says I'm taking 10 to 1 on the fountain.
Oh, at this point, I just started the 5-minute timer, but Trevi Fountain is at 91%. And it's been open for a minute. So
Rob
I started the poll.
Says can't stay long, fixing to go to bed. Had about 2 hours of sleep today while attending a Lego convention.
Oh, that's the worst feeling. I had 2 hours of sleep last week as I was packing a truck and then driving to a Lego Expo. So yeah, I know that feeling. It's not good. The end of the day, you're like, I wish I had 2 days to sleep to catch up with this. Is how I did last. And I went live and built Animal Crossing sets for my hotel room.
Yeah, Brick Dad. Brick Orphanage says I'm tempted to take the odds, but only because I think it's 4 to 1 Trevi over the minifig.
Well, right now,
big fig.
I say right now it is what is this? It's 3 to 1 because actually, am I getting that right? No, 4 to 1. 4 minutes left. Trevi Fountain is down to 76%.
Yeah, Chris Cummings says, did that T-Rex skeleton come out of left field, or were there rumors? It surprised me. It was leaked just before it was announced. I don't recall a bunch of rumors about it.
I don't either.
Have been some, but it certainly was not hyped as being as massive as it was at the very least.
And however, you and I have started paying attention to rumors and leaks more recently than we used to. I'm not sure what caused that to change, but we're definitely paying attention more to the Lego news. As you know, we talk about Lego news here every week. Maybe we were getting tired of
probably this show. I don't know.
Maybe. Marty Becker says, I'm going with the fountain because I know the designer. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Great.
The designer of the fountain? He's probably long dead. Let's see here. So we've got a minifigure here, apparently.
Oops, sorry.
Versus Trevi, which has some white pieces, some blue pieces,
some nude pieces,
some cool
nougaty naked
looking rocky work in the little fountain area. I don't know if I'm buying one of these two.
Some cool water depth work.
I'm probably buying this one for the parts.
A very cool lifestyle shot where that messes with your MC Escher mind.
Yeah.
Where are these on a shelf? Is this a flat wall? Is this carved in there? Are they painted on there?
I don't know. What are the rolled up blueprints? We'll never know.
Right? We never will.
Yeah. What are those things back there?
Why 2 bowls of Lego pieces, if that's what that really is? It's old-fashioned scissors. What's going 2 pair of old-fashioned scissors?
And those look like plastic straws in that bowl over there.
Plastic straws in a bowl. That's been a while since we've seen that, and that was the Blockleverse, actually.
So who knows?
So Mary Wilson is the designer's name. Lego Team B says, bravo, Ben, bravo.
Yeah, that was her name. That's who designed the Trevi Fountain. That surprises me. It seems too old world for a Mary Wilson. All right, I'll give up on that joke. There we've got, sort of that depth effect that we've seen now a little bit. And the Lego water stuff. So,
Brick Dad Builds predicting that Trevi will win. We'll have a minifig versus minifig statue showdown.
Okay.
Really?
There are technically minifigs in this set. They just don't have faces.
Oh, there are. Yeah, sure do.
Yeah. So, it's like this is minifig plus architectural design versus minifigs mixed in with architectural design. Definitely fits better on your artsy reverse bookshelf than the silly super minifig would.
Yeah, you definitely need an old-fashioned binding stapler
And
to bind all your
camera.
your blank binder books. So we got a minute left, and Trevi Fountain is at 78%, so ticking up a little bit from the last time we checked in. It sat there for a good 3 minutes at just the 76%, but someone just jumped in there for it. Again, let's take a look at the upscaled racing driver minifigure. There he is. He's cute. It's a cute set. It's a big minifigure. It's not Ding Dong a doorbell.
No. He's got some odd articulation, and some of his articulation does not match Lego's articulation. So I don't know what they're doing with him.
VMAC Tech asks, why is the title brick on the top and not on the front?
That's the Trevi. Yeah, it's like on the on the base there versus standing upright.
I think that's how all the architecture
ones are. Yeah, I think they are mostly like that.
15 seconds left. Trevi Fountain is at 70%. Marty Becker says she was approached at BWC Brickworld Chicago in 2022 and was hired by Lego in 2023. That's awesome. 5 seconds. Interstellar bookshelf viewed from backside of wall by Lego. Yes, I figured as much. All right, so time is up. Trevi Fountain wins 70% to, I assume, 29% because 1% always disappears. But there we have it. Yeah, with 20 votes. 69% for the Trevi Fountain, 30% for the upscaled minifigure. Now I'm going to go ahead and just like reveal my true opinion of this. Thank God that stupid minifigure is gone. I was really annoyed it made it that far. I was trying to kind of get myself used to the fact that it might be in the final, but I was also just trying to make karma go the right way instead of me trashing it the way I have the last 2 weeks or maybe even 3 weeks. I just didn't want to see it in there again. But it's gone. That's all that matters. We don't have to look at it ever again.
Yeah. Well, and here we go. Next week, because we're dragging this shit out, it is the last Sunday of March, so we might as well let March Madness go all the way to the end.
And it's Orion's birthday.
A championship, and it's Mara's birthday party. We're going to have a championship death match between the T-Rex fossil and the Trevi Fountain.
Interesting.
It will be interesting. I think we're going to have to start thinking now of our arguments and our final thoughts on which one of these two should win. Maybe there'll be some arguments or claims that maybe T-Rex doesn't deserve to be in here with his Johnny come lately attitude.
Maybe we'll take one of the sets that got robbed and have them do a blitz and have them enter the last.
We could.
I don't think we should.
I've got some opinions on that.
Oh, do you? Okay, interesting.
Because I would like to say that I don't think that this is a perfectly clean bracket. We've already sort of, suggested as much. And hey, we want to talk about some of the horrible choices that happened in this bracket.
Before we do that, let's bring up some of these comments. Chris Cummings says, I should have bought some of the Harry Potter chess sets. Those figures are always interesting for MOCs. I'm going to go ahead and close this because I can't see myself talking 10 seconds behind over here. It's starting to distract me. Those figures are always interesting for Moxie. I already said that. Brick Dad Builds is laughing his ass off at something. Perhaps the fact that we're very glad that the figure is gone. Brick Orphan says the fig didn't deserve to make it past round one. Well, but again, it wasn't up against the best things, and there we have it. Enough people liked it that it tied or got very close several times. This final is actually hard to call, says Brick Orphanage. Brick Dad Build says, we're dragging it, baby. We sure are, yeah. Yeah. Next week's. Oh, we're gonna make this a long episode about 2 sets. Upscaled fig, Yakety Yak don't come back. Like it. Al Goff says voted against it every time. Damn it. Awesome. Brick Dad Build says lowest seeds showdown. Yeah, that sure. And then give them a chance to get back in, huh? Nia tournament.
The NIA.
NIA, sorry. Yes. I was just like whatever.
It's like the level below the NCAA.
Oh, gotcha.
I think it's the NIT actually.
Chris Cummings says, I wonder if Lego advertised the giant minifigure in the kids' Lego magazine as if to say, build yourself in giant scale. Because they're all race car drivers.
I don't know.
Do I get a bathroom song, or do you have something
No,
to talk about?
I think you should. No, we'll play a different song instead of the bathroom song. We'll do something.
Oh, you got it? Because I was going to play Total Effing Jerk, but you can do whatever you want, because it'll be your show for a couple minutes.
I'll do whatever I want.
Good call. All right. Bye, everybody.
We're going to do a number of fun things while Mark is gone.
Yay.
I think that one thing that we should do before Mark gets back is play a couple of little classic bits that I miss and love. These aren't songs, but they are little adverts for some of the various Lego sets that we've seen that were grossly misrepresented by the creator of the post. Let's start with this one.
OMG fam. Lego has been killing it with these 1-to-1 scale flowers, and now they are entering a new realm of awesome with these new 1-to-1 scale food items. I must have received the European box because mine says Dare Burger instead of hamburger and Fortnite Tay instead of food night. But whatever, it is still good. Am I right? I sure hope little kids don't try to eat this burger. It looks so tasty with those little toasted marshmallows on the bun.
Okay, guys, did you know that Lego is doing Halloween sets now? I mean, like, seriously, look at this blue school bus bringing all the trick-or-treaters to school. It is so bussin'. My kids aren't allowed to celebrate Halloween anymore because some Karen said the holiday celebrates satin. I mean, satin, come on. Who cares what kind of fabric the costumes are made of? So sad. Hey, is that little kid dressed as ST Pro?
Look at this adorable Happy Doll set I found on Amazon. Believe it or not, it's made of Legos. He comes with a little knife like he's an inspiring baker. Isn't that cute? I don't know why he does this at night, but it's cute, am I right? I gave this adorable Lego doll set to my toddler. See how much he loves it. I can't believe I'd never heard of this cute Lego set before. There should be commercials.
Dear evil robots, did you think I wouldn't hear you creeping up to snatch my rings? And my s'mores? Snooze you lose, egghead. Got a jet. Sonic.
A world torn apart by fire and flood. Mutated platypus rise from the mud. With venomous claws and duck-billed beaks, they protect their home from the human freaks. Through the ashes and skies of red, platypus badasses busting heads. Through the ashes and skies of red, platypus badasses busting heads. This is the dawning of the age of Apocalypse. Mutated claws rise fierce and venomous through shattered skies and rivers of rust. In the age of Apocalypse we fight, we must. Humans beware, this land is not yours. The platypus reign in apocalypse wars.
All right.
Nice. Brick Dad Build says Mark is streaming.
Yeah, different kind of streaming.
Yeah. There's a lot of puns in that song if you listen closely. Hail Satin. Clever Pig is here. How you doing, Clever Pig? My kids aren't allowed to take part in Halloween anymore because I've sacrificed them to satin.
Close. It's kind of what she said.
It's kind of. Oh, something's crazy. You stop right there, sir. That was offensive. You just turned into a
hopefully my mic is back now.
Yeah, it was not pleasant in the meantime.
What's going on with that? Man, I have to plug this in somewhere else, but that's okay.
We've both been there. I totally understand.
Yeah. We are going to talk about some of the March Madness mistakes, not necessarily in the bracket, though some of it will be in the bracket.
Weird.
But also just from Lego in general.
Weird that we didn't, call them huge happy accidents. There's a reason for that.
No, these are mistakes.
These are mistakes. That's why. Yep.
And so I told our friend, the evil ChatGPT, to create something that said March mistakes.
What the hell is that?
I got makes Herrick's maths.
Ooh, I've seen horror movies like this. That was satin.
Yeah.
That was satin in your
Uh,
microphone.
Maybe that's what happened is when I said that. Yeah, it did that.
What's funny is I've had luck, really good luck with ChatGPT lately with getting the text correct. I don't
Yeah.
know what happened to you.
No.
I used all the good ChatGPT
Well, Mark,
font karma.
funny
Yeah.
you should ask, because I said to it, hey, that doesn't say March mistakes at all. And this is me copying and pasting ChatGPT's response when I said that. Here it is.
Boo earns. You're right. That image went full pareidolia and forgot how to spell. Looks more like Morsh My Planks or some ancient language. I've been teaching it what we say on the stream. I can hear.
Apparently, you have.
I can hear my voice through your.
Which is
mic.
weird.
Yeah, but there's definitely an echo.
Weird.
Unless my mic changed. Chris Cummings says, just then I was thinking about Lego should have Nightmare on Elm Street sets. Yeah, good call. That would sell to my generation for sure. So yeah, take your time. So in the meantime, I've been writing lyrics for the show and trying to tell it to come up with lyrics by itself by watching the stream. And it tells me it's watched all of our episodes. But that Ben doesn't talk about how he sorts. And I was like, yes, he does. Go back and listen again. And but no, it picked up a disturbing amount. We should actually have an AI episode and talk about the negatives and positives.
Yeah. Well, we did that once before, but I think we need to do it again.
We did it as a close call, I think.
Yeah, we might have. We've talked about it a few times here and there.
We really talked about it in Talking Taints, but I only remember half the conversation.
Yeah. Well, it gives us a boo earns. It gives us a pareidolia. It gave us a number of things that made me like, geez, it is definitely watching us.
All right, so call. So when it tells you it can't make an image because you've what's it called, triggered the site content policy, which I could go on a rant about this right now, but I know we're 2.5 hours in, so I was gonna say like we should just randomly let ourselves rant if we say, hey, I've got a rant real quick, and I have one ready for what ChatGPT did with me this week. But when that happens to you, when it triggers the site content policy, like the word V-neck did this week, because they were making the guy. Oh wait, you haven't seen it yet. They were making one of my pictures shirtless repeatedly, and then like gave him this huge open collar, so it was like you could see most of his chest, and it wasn't a shirt that made any sense. I'm like, can you make it a V-neck? I was like, this goes against our site policy, and so I started calling the site policy the content policy, the school marm. And so if you say, oh, is the school marm at it again, it will launch right into joking with you and becomes a separate entity from DALL-E. It's very creepy, but also while you're trying to make these things happen, at least it's funny. I think it's picking up on our sense of humor when we tell it these things. I hope that's what's happening. Otherwise, it's self-aware.
Morsh my blanks. That's not even what it looks like. But it definitely did not look like March mistakes.
No, it did not. Brickdad Build says ancient Lego dialect. Brickdad Builds also says episode 100 AI helps or hurts. I don't want to do that with episode 100 though, because
episode 99,
the hate might come in. We have tainted AI. We sure do. We should do it with episode 101. I think 5 weeks away from episode 100.
Yeah. So that all failed, but I wanted to talk about this T-Rex fossil because this is my complaint about it. March 15th release date caused me to do a full bracket reshuffle, which was not cool, Lego.
Not cool, Lego. Not cool.
And this means while it is a March release, it totally upended the bracket because not only did it have to enter the bracket, it came in as a 1 seed. So I had to do a whole lot of reshuffle.
It's easily
cool,
the
Lego.
coolest set in the entire tournament.
Yeah, not cool. And you had like finally announced that it was coming out. I think we talked about the bracket the week before March, so you didn't release it until, or the idea that you're releasing it till like February 26th or something, and it's available March 15th already. just totally effed up everything that we were doing for your own crazy selfishness of having a March 15th release. And why March 15th? Was there something special about March 15th? I don't know. A bunch of jerks.
Brick Dad Build says AI episode 101, yes, is AI binary. VMAC Tech says on March 23rd, 2025, Skynet became self-aware.
It was all our fault.
Yeah, it was Ben and Mark's HAL. And we could blame David too, because David uses it to script the website.
All right.
Yeah. It's evil. It's evil. Like the fruits of the devil.
I think we both want to talk about this next part.
Oh, we do actually.
Yeah.
And I brought this up as well.
So
I left a couple of these out. I left a couple of these out because I figured you would talk about them, and I framed them in different ways.
That's good.
But these both, I think the transparent treasure chest, let's call it, everybody's favorite creator set in a long time. I don't think I've seen people excited about a creator set like this, a creative play box. That's coming out with so many new molds. Look who's here. It's Jazzy Viking Bricks. Says, beware the Ides of March. Yes.
Yeah, that's the 15th.
March is the worst freaking month. Let me tell you that right now. But yeah, I was surprised, that Hey didn't make it further. But I wonder what would have happened had the plate not flipped to the tube side and we were able to go forward with or to the to the stud side. We would have gone with the transparent battle pack.
It could have made it much further, I think.
I think so too.
In other regions, the problem is the winner of that round ended up going up against the T-Rex.
Yeah, well, the other thing here though is like I don't know that the T-Rex would have absolutely trounced it. I think the T-Rex still would have won, but I think it would have been closer because this was the maple poly bag of this tournament for sure. Could have been.
Yeah, Trans Battle Pack was a bad seed. Hey, if it had been the 4 seed though. Or the 3 seed. Maybe if it was the 3 seed, it would have made it a little farther. But that region was the most stacked of all the regions. I think.
And what are you going to do? I mean, the cards fell where they fell. We don't control where everything was seeded.
Yeah, that's just here's what that one looked like. Let's say this was a 3 seed.
Yeah,
and it would have had to go against Stitch House if it had gone through. Or let's say it was the 2 seed.
Yeah,
it could have had to face then Hey in the round after that. I mean, it was just, the seeds are what they are. I don't know what we can say.
Yeah, and if we hadn't had Reed in the stream that night, would it even have been a tie?
Yeah, I know. No kidding.
All right, so Lego Team B says, in the mid-month T-Rex counts, surely we need to start over. The Easter sets are available this month. The bunny could win. I almost went to the Easter sets and then decided not to. I mean that's not a bad point. Chris Cummings says, has anyone seen the life-size Megan doll? I have not. I don't know if I want to. I haven't seen those movies. I'm a big horror movie aficionado, but I haven't checked those out yet. I tend to like male villain horror movies.
All right. Brick Dad says, really, Trans Battle Pack, only those looking for parts for MOCs would be into that. But hey, that's what our part of our stream is, man. Let's see here. VMAC thinks either one would have trashed the Stitch House. Hey, we had a hashtag thrashed it.
Mm.
We had a bring back Stitch House hashtag. It was probably trending on X. I
think it was
after it lost. So I think you're underestimating the power of the Stitch House. But this really was unfortunate that we had two fan favorites facing off in the very first round. Some people might say it was a seeding problem. I don't know. It just kind of is what it is.
I mean, the cards fall where they fall. I mean, that's where you enter the tournament.
All right, Mark.
Yeah. This bitch.
I
don't know that Horizon Adventure or Ninjago City would have won against Trevi Fountain.
It beat both of these sets. This thing. Like, what the hell happened?
And what's fun is that like all 3 of these sets have something that could pee in the fountain. I mean, that's true. That one from Horizon Adventures could be lifting its hind leg,
Yeah.
They all would have made the same joke from Who made that joke? Chris Cummings, perhaps? Gabriel Cabral, one of them.
Mhm.
Brickhead Brad, maybe. But yeah, I mean, they all fit that criteria. But how on earth did this get so far? I think
Yeah.
I touched on something earlier, and I think I was right that people like this because it's kitschy. You know, it's something you can put on your shelf and say, people walk in your house and say, I'm a Lego fan. It's something that's like, it's a mega build. It's iconic. It has Lego DNA. Lego's big about talking about that with their sets and their marketing. So it has all that.
If you had taken the
Mhm.
Shell Walker or
Mhm.
the Sawtooth from the Horizon Zero Dawn set and
Mhm.
replaced the stupid mech in the Ninjago city with those,
Mhm.
would it have gone farther? It was a combo of these two sets.
Mm.
Would it have finally been able to take down this stupid minifig?
All right, Ben.
Yeah.
These 3 sets and the Trevi Fountain. Just give me the one you're least likely to actually purchase.
Of these 3 and Trevi, number 1 least likely is the minifig. Number 2 least likely is Trevi.
Yeah.
I would buy either of the other 2.
What we're hearing here is that VMAC failed us.
Yeah, I think so too. What happened,
Yeah.
BMAC?
I know, right? Or if I had actually just like clicked on the poll that I had started because I could have also changed it. But I have not voted in any of the polls because I wouldn't want to give myself
fair.
2 votes because sometimes we vote on the tie.
That's fair.
So I never did that. I really wanted to with this because we already knew Mara wasn't going to vote for the Horizon Adventure set. So it's just kind of up to chance.
But, you know, I mean, they shouldn't have tied in the first place, right?
No, they shouldn't have. It was weird. It was like you were saying, like, we have the final call because we might be getting trolled. But I don't think we're getting trolled. I think people actually really like the minifigure. It's
Well-
just we have to accept that other people may have opinions that don't match ours.
I
Maybe.
understand. Like, this is why you play the game, right?
This is why you do it. This is the love of the game.
Yeah. But still, Brickdad Build says he'd go Ninjago first, upscaled Mini second.
Okay.
And okay, you don't like the Horizon set for some reason,
But you wouldn't buy the Trevi Fountain. The Trevi Fountain then is 3rd or 4th?
Yeah.
Because imagine the Trevi Fountain is in here too, because that's the line we went down. Chris Cummings said, I had the Goodyear blimp model with a rotating colored sign. Those trans bricks remind me of it. Was there a Goodyear blimp model?
Not that
in
I
Lego?
remember one, but there could have been.
Maybe. With trans clear bricks rotating? What? What?
Sounds like madness to me.
I'm confused. This is like there's 2 different dimensions that just crossed over for just a second with a world where there's a Goodyear blimp set that Lego produced.
Trevi 3rd, Horizon 3rd. I like all 4. Horizon 3rd, Horizon 4th.
Maybe he'd buy them at the same time. They're both in his basket at Target. That's what's
Immediately.
happening. Yeah. Simultaneous. They
The
tie.
Horizon Zero Dawn set though it's inexpensive, which is
And it has hot minifigures in it.
hot ginger, I've been told.
Well, if you're into gingers.
If you're into it. So speaking of the Ninjago disappointment, it got kicked out, I think, too early. But here were the other 2 Ninjago sets, really from this wave. And I think what I really want to talk about more so than anything is that this is what we got this year for March release madness from Ninjago. This is what we got last year. Like
1000%.
How do we go from this with the wolf mask shadow dojo and this crazy dragon shrine?
Yeah.
This to
I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. I know, however, that either June or August, the Ninjago sets that are coming out are very similar to the quality of these that came out in March last year.
We have not talked about the leaks from those. They have one set.
We have not, but I've seen them.
Are you serious?
I know. Yeah.
They're ridiculous.
Ultra Bricks is here. Evening to you as well. Thank you for joining us tonight. Brickdad Build says, which usually means good night. I think Ultra Bricks just got here and is saying good evening, where you're saying and you're telling him to leave. Brickdad Builds. That's terrible chat etiquette. You apologize immediately.
Ultra Bricks says hello. That's not a evening all, I'm going to bed. That's an evening all, how you do it.
It's like you say hello, but I say goodbye, bye, bye. I don't know why you say hello. I say goodbye. Right. That was real nice, Brick Dad build. Jeez.
Yeah.
But no, I agree with you. These are like, if you go back to that last slide, please,
Yeah.
if you will, it's almost offensive to the eye.
And I mean, these
colors
between these two, I think the dragon that's standing up. See, why are we?
They're all doing it.
What are you guys doing?
Why are you pushing Ultra out? We love Ultra Bricks.
Ultra can stay.
Stop telling him to leave, or them, whoever they are.
Knock it off.
God, jeez.
Mark didn't ban anyone this time, guys.
At least I know what to do if I did that.
At least we now know the process.
How to fix it when I accidentally ban somebody. Jesus.
Yeah. Ultra's the next Jazzy Bricks. Jazzy Viking Bricks. I gotta get the Viking in there.
Bricks has said one thing and has already become like Tainted legend here.
It was like hello, and they're like banned.
Goodbye.
Has not what's happening, guys.
Has Lego Team B ever seen the Jazzy Viking Brick song?
I don't know.
We won't play it. We won't play it right now. We've got a lot of stuff to get through here, but we'll play it between the segments here. Yeah. So Gabriel Cabral says, I think Ninjago workshops underperform, but it might be that we are all just getting bored with the big Ninjago City type sets. Sure, but I think this one specifically was just not well designed, and that I'd be excited about it if it was better designed. It was a model from the 70s, but there's a Lego Builds book with a big blimp mock. That book I found at the library. I'll have the author's name later. Great. Okay, thank you.
Jazzy's lurking.
It's a difficult time to make it.
Hey man, I really should have said morning all. It's 2:40 a.m. in Great Britain.
just trying to be respectful to the fact that it's most of us are in the States, said good evening, and then you all were like,
everyone's like,
get out
of here.
Anyway, keep going.
Total mistake. Yeah. So
oops,
really, this was it. I thought that this dragon on the left, this chaos one with the different stance, was cool and the better of the dragons, but it doesn't touch these.
No, and
at all.
Just like the color palette, like the purple and the red, they make your eyes buzz a bit, right? It's not a bad design, but the way it's colored is just terrible. Lego Team B says, yes, I've seen the band vid and was suitably mortified. I'd have loved the Ninjago with the silver mech dragon as an anti-dragon. Silver would have been beautiful in this. The big Ninjago sets are all about Easter eggs, and this one just looks like it falls short. They were a blast to build because of the Easter eggs. Okay. I thought there were some there.
It's more than that. It's not just the Easter eggs. They're very cool designs, and in fact, to some extent, I think they helped inspire things like New Hashima, for example. Right?
I think Brick Dad Builds means the Ninjago City set would have been good with a silver.
Right.
Yes, mech dragon. You knew that. I did not.
Yeah, that mech is disappointing, and I understand that you're disappointed in the set compared to the other ones, right? This is a lineage problem, I think, more than anything, because if we were just judging this set versus the minifig, how on God's green earth did the big minifig win? I have no idea, but it did.
Wouldn't we have loved to see, like the Horizon Adventure set take out the Ninjago City set, though? I mean,
sure.
This giant minifigure, again, that's our opinion. Obviously, a lot of people in the chat do appreciate this minifigure set.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
We're going.
And then my last thing, I wanted to talk about this. Okay, my issue isn't so much that it's Snoopy and Woodstock. First of all, boring.
Right.
Okay. But really, campfire s'mores. Are we not sick of this? Look at this. We've got Sonic's Campfire Clash. We've got the fountain is a heater parts pack. Hey, it might be. We've got Bunny roasting a marshmallow by a campfire. We've got s'mores by the campfire in this Friends set. We've got Star Wars characters roasting s'mores. We've got F1 characters roasting s'mores.
The Yellow Castle.
Yellow Castle roasting s'mores.
Jeez.
How many more s'mores do we need?
The pit crew putting the stick in the hub of the tire is freaking amazing.
They couldn't find the engine to roast this over, so they actually started a fire next to the F1 car.
V Macatek says Snoopy's Whiskey Bash would be better. Brick Dad Build says, I'd have loved a Snoopy dog in an airplane.
Okay, sure.
Campfires are the new X-Wing.
Yeah.
Like
No
TB says,
freaking kidding.
there's a disturbing pyromaniac trend here, just saying. Yeah, and they just made a marshmallow bunny that kids are going to set on fire because they've been encouraged to by all the other sets.
It's ridiculous. If
It's
they had
crazy.
They're mixing their themes here for sure. If they had a marshmallow bunny with flowers growing out of it, which they practically already do, people are going to try to set it on fire because this is like all they do now. They do flowers growing out of crap and s'mores roasting. That's like all the sets. That's all they are. Villain is s'mores obsessed. Yeah, it's like they've like, oh, what's this thing called a s'more? We need to put it in every theme.
Yeah. Even Yellow Castle.
Like
their flagship castle set.
Right.
They're like, it needs to be in there.
This is apparently the Duplo variant, but still.
Whatever.
Yeah. Look at all this nonsense.
Clearly a thing that actually happened.
100%.
100%.
So I think it's a mistake. I also also enjoy that they have the barrel with the fire on it and then the spare tires in the back with the fire.
Why would
s'mores are universal? Yeah.
You got to use all your resources. And then I hit my head on the microphone. It's like I can't exist in this space. I just can't. Gabriel Cabral says Snoopy on the doghouse would have been more iconic. Yes,
it certainly would have been.
It'd be like Bethany Wright's the movement thing that she has with the Red Baron and the Snoopy doghouse. If you haven't seen it, check it out on her Instagram. And I should say Bethany and Nathan. But we'll have more video of her stuff next week when we do our Indianapolis retrospective. But yeah, Ben, I remember these sets.
Yeah,
I remember thinking the same thing. I was just like, why is s'mores in everything?
I'm exhausted from s'mores.
I am too. Chassis Vikingberg says, I think Europeans are generally enamored with s'mores, like Americans eat them for every meal.
Maybe they think that every building we enter, we immediately need to find the bathroom. That every single one of us has a yard with old junk with flowers growing out of it, and that we have a fire pit where we roast s'mores every night. That's their opinion.
Yep. And Megatic says the s'mores fart in your general direction.
It's ridiculous, is what
it is. Ridiculous, yeah.
Mark, do you have any March mistakes that we want to talk about?
Let's talk about this. I did mine a little bit more elaborately, and we're going to get back into the philosophy of things.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm going to go ahead and take you out of there because apparently we have to do that now. I don't know why this changed, but here we are. So yeah, huge mistakes. And this is what ChatGPT did for me. I didn't even try to have it put words in the graffiti. I did that myself. I Photoshopped it in. So
okay, good.
Huge mistakes. I may
That's
have
not what it would have said. It would have said Marsh Millbanks.
Not for me. It likes me better. I do appreciate
Millbanks
very much that the graffiti goes onto the chain link fence to the left. I don't know how they accomplished that. Must be big stickers. I don't know why this gold person is jumping in the center, but whatever. Shit happens. Oh, hey, I do
Rick
want
Dad,
to.
We have one of these too, but even so, it doesn't need to be in every Lego set.
Real quick.
Yeah. Yes. We're going to use some AI people.
If you don't like it, please change the channel, because we're going to keep doing it. Anyway, so here we go. First one. Ben, what happened here?
In this huge mistake. Oh,
wasn't necessarily a huge mistake, but it's kind of the opposite end of what you were talking about with the T-Rex.
Yeah, this is the bubble, man. These things somehow made it in, but only because
they were there.
There was like, there's like 5 Minecraft sets. One of them's got to get in. And then the stupid night bus. I'm pretty sure it was a super low seed. It's not like it was.
I think it was an 8.
Yeah,
you're checking right now. I can see
it was. Yeah, it was an 8 seed.
Yeah. And where would this have originally gone? The Minecraft parrot cages or whatever the hell that is.
Did this one make it in?
Mm-mm.
Did we end up cutting it?
No, this is the one that was cut.
Yeah, so we ended up having to cut that guy. I think it probably would have been like in this region as the 8 seed or a 7 seed. It would have been really low in Fort Wayne.
Right.
So it wasn't destined to be in a really prominent position.
It would have been a low seed. It would have been out, but we had to, push some stuff around. This isn't a terrible set. I mean, I would buy this over even the Van Gogh because I would actually use these pieces,
Yeah. Well, and VMAX says, hey, remember, you left a couple F1 sets out. Yeah, I mean,
we'll get to it. We
did.
You just be patient, sir.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going. Why didn't this set do better then?
Than this one?
Yeah, what happened? What happened here? What huge mistake was made that this set didn't make it further into the tournament?
Oh yeah, the huge mistake is that this was ever produced.
That it exists? Yes, correct.
Yes, its existence is the problem.
You got it. You nailed it. That's the answer to the question. No further discussion needed.
Oh no.
All right, so why didn't this set do better?
I think it's because, well, my claim is because it's impossible to find on the Lego website, first of all.
Agreed.
And I think the other problem is you have to buy the video game to play it. If it was a free video game, maybe more people would be into it.
Like Fortnite?
I think the real reason it didn't do better is because Vince fell asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And the spicy ginger therefore lost out, but it should have done better.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Also, the reason it didn't do better in that regard is I didn't cheat. And Mara really did not like the set, and she was the tiebreaker. So it's just like a perfect storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, just like I know we have covered this to the nth degree, but I just want to say one more time.
Hot Mess Adventures. Oh, come on, Break. Come on, take Team B, brah.
Was it? No, that says Horizon. I just want to say this one last time. I would buy this 9 times out of 10 over the scaled up race car.
Stupid.
Yeah, because I figure in that 10th dimension,
dollars, guys. Get this. Go out and buy the set.
Yeah, in that 10th dimension, I think I just have bad taste. And look, there's a campfire. I bet they could roast s'mores there.
They probably could.
They probably
notice that there is no s'mores here.
Yeah, I do notice that. Yep, just saying.
Managed to have a campfire with no s'mores. Shocker.
Yeah, weird. It's like there's no s'mores in this game.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this game? Maybe that's the problem. This game sucks because there's no way to roast marshmallows in it.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Now we have our answer. All right. So why didn't this set do better?
This set didn't do better because there are 9 other F1 cars. And though I've been told by the F1 apologists that all 10 use somewhat different techniques to build their frame.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't care.
At the end of the day, they are 9, 10 relatively similar cars, 2 of which had Speed Champion sets out last year for them as well.
So here's a couple comments on the last slide. Brickdad Build says the evil robot came and ate all the marshmallows already. Chris Cummings says the Horizon set reminds me of Transformers and Ravage, the cassette animals. I don't know what Ravage the cassette animals are, but I'm sure it's a thing.
Sounds cool.
And VMAC Tech says the house is actually on a tear car. What? What does that say?
I have no idea what that says.
Anyway, Ben, the real reason this didn't do better is because it was not in the tournament.
Well, I mean, that's true. It didn't make it.
Yeah, it wasn't there.
That's why we hilariously, intentionally put the supercars against the F1 variants of the little ones. But they're, if I had made the Indy region nothing but F1 Speed Champions cars, we still wouldn't have been able to get all 10 of them in.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. So then, Ben, why did this set not do better?
The set's invisible. There it is.
There, this makes more sense.
Okay, the Haas is actually an A tier car.
Whatever.
I don't know what that means.
It also wasn't in the tournament, so it doesn't matter what it is.
This set didn't do better because it is the 4th F1 Technic set to be released in the last 2 years.
Yeah. I think we already talked about this one enough. It was just kind of in there.
Yeah.
I think you already hit it enough. However, I will say, again, and I'm going to plug one of our sponsors, these sets are cool. if I was a Technic person, I would absolutely love these, especially if I was doing like GBC stuff or like custom Technic stuff. I would want like 5 of these. And they
Yeah.
look amazing on brickshell cases, wall hangers. Look absolutely fantastic. If you guys are into these, definitely check out Brickshell Cases, brickshellcases.com. They've got some amazing wall mounts for these to make them look like actual posters. Brick Larrikin is here. Bam Crestill is here. Says, hey, everyone. Finally made it on. Welcome, Ryan. Thanks for joining us tonight. The Speed Champion set, says the Brick Larrikin, will become obsolete very quickly as drivers often change teams and teams change sponsors at the end of each season. That's not a bad point. Everyone's doing great so far on this side. Brickshell cases are amazing and available at numerous bricks and minifigures around the country. Great plug. Hey, look, us double plugging stuff. Love that. Ryan, a huge supporter of Brickworld, does a ton for the convention and is always supporting us, always willing to do whatever it takes to help us improve the show and market the show. We love Ryan a lot. Check out Bricks and Minifigs Crest Hill if you live in the area. Great person, great family. And some pretty fantastic employees as well. So
usually gets us set up with the improv show. We haven't seen Lou on here in a while, but
we haven't.
One of the comedians from the show sometimes stops by the chat too. So,
which I love.
Yeah.
So Ben, why did this set not do better? And
hey.
Here's the entire thing about this one. Why didn't Disney do better? In general, remember last year, I think, were there not 2 Disney sets in the Final Four? I don't remember the specifics. You could probably check real quick.
Last year
we had Stitch and we had the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Yeah, they both went okay, but I don't know that they finished, top shelf either. They did run into some trouble. And so
one of them went up against the Red Fox, and the Red Fox was unbeatable.
Yeah, the Red Fox was just chopping everybody down. I'm not sure what it is.
The Technic F 2006, F 2006, I don't know, goes for $800. Bam Crest says, we love Brickworld. By the way, address is coming soon for the new Naperville and Niles stores. Thank you so much. No, you're too great. You're too prolific with the way that you come up with new ideas. Appreciate that a ton. I do think that these got knocked out a little bit too early. Again, we talked quite a bit already about like what they were up against. And poor Mara, the Stitch House, she really wanted that to go further.
She did, because it's like one of the few sets she has. Last year, Stitch made it to the Elite 8. Actually, the Elite 8. It got knocked out by the Medieval Town Square.
Oh, okay.
The Snow White house actually lost to the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo. A very early exit.
Interesting.
That's probably why it got kicked around a little bit.
Yeah.
Was there. The Fox last year ran the gauntlet as a number 5 seed. Really trounced a lot of stuff. And then, of course, we had the Cinderella and Mabel.
Bam Crestill should have been here last week. Would have made Mara happy to at least have one more vote for the Lilo and Stitch house.
Yeah, it was close.
So, yeah, I just feel like Disney did not have the showing this year. We had the stupid dresses were in there.
Yeah,
that both says
dresses.
Stitch House is good, but Tainted on that night just wasn't feeling it. Yeah, it was up against, what was it? T-Rex. Wasn't it?
Yeah, the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Actually, was that against the T-Rex? Whatever
it
was against, it just didn't have.
It definitely was, because I taunted Mara by saying I thought she would want the T-Rex.
Yeah, it was the T-Rex.
Chris Cummings says, I feel like the chicken could have been a GWP with the $200 order. Ooh,
it's a $40 set. It is kind of interesting that it as a statue is what they pulled out of Moana. Like, Hey-Hey's kind of a stupid rooster, and he kind of looks stupid. So I think
it's a good character design, though. I think the set is really well designed.
It's a good parts pack.
Amazing parts pack. Really good colors.
So I mean,
blue ferns, pearlescent blue ferns, whatever they are. We definitely don't discuss that color. Bam Crestell says, got to remember that our friend Boone from Lego Masters is a Disney Lego set creator. A hashtag time to send complaints. All right.
I don't know.
So Ben, why was this set left out?
Okay, important. This set was left out because it's basic AF and it couldn't
Mhm.
come up against the transparent set at all.
However, it has a typewriter, a telephone, a skate, a fire truck, stuff you can
Okay.
shove flowers in.
Okay, I retract all that. The issue is that none of them have flowers growing out of them.
Oh, but there are at least leaf parts in here.
Why didn't they think about that? That
I don't know.
keyboard should have a flower growing out of it.
100%.
Yeah.
Every single one of these things should have flowers growing out of it. There is a grape with a grape person with a straw coming out, so you can just suck the juice right out of them, I think.
Okay.
And a corgi.
I would not do that.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it didn't make it in.
100%.
Yeah.
It's the flower problem.
It's definitely the flower problem. All right, Ben, why was this one left out?
What
happened?
That's a good question.
I think, was this like a March 20th release?
I think the problem is it wasn't out early enough in March. This definitely would have made it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. If you don't want to send the platyclops down the slide and into the swamp, then I don't know why you're even here.
Right?
Yeah, 100%. I don't know what species this crazy mech is, but I want it.
So just catching up on the comments here.
Bluey and platyclops, they're buddies.
Yeah, the crossover. I mean, how often do they even do this? This could have been pretty epic. It might have actually beat the scaled up minifigure. Alan Tudyk voiced Hey Hey, apparently.
Okay. Why not?
Also pretty accurate to the movie. I agree. It was a very good character design, like I said. The Hey Hey, who's a rooster, is a good shelf trophy. But who can't use more transparent pieces? But it got knocked out in the first round.
It did.
So yeah, this one didn't make it into the tournament. I think that was an oversight on our part.
Should have been in there.
So Ben, why didn't this set make it into the tournament?
Because it's not a set.
Are we just ignoring all of the wonderful Lego accessories that Lego produces for us? That puts like the salt and pepper shaker and like the towels and all that stuff that they put in there in the new products when you're excited to see the list of new products and they put in crap like this.
Yeah, you mean I would be thrilled to see Lego sorting box that doesn't hold enough pieces as one of the options.
I'm sorry, what collection can't be held in this particular single compartment?
I don't know. It actually looks like it's like a lift out tray and then underneath.
Mm-hmm.
But all the stuff would just end up underneath because are you really just putting 4 different colors of basic bricks on top?
Chris Cummings asks, Corgi, I thought that was a fox. Yeah, no, it helps you sort by color. That's why you have a tray. And then you could do the bases of your minifigures, your collectible minifigures, and then the extra accessories. What the hell is this?
That is from a CMF line. It was like this big Aztec helmety thing.
Okay. I don't think I've ever seen it. Anyway, Bam says, how about a Lego sorting box that auto sorts by color with Mindstorms? Oh, wait. Discontinued. Remember their April Fool's joke where they were going to sell a sorting machine?
I remember a number of April Fool's jokes, like the giant minion. Yeah. That was like 10,000 pieces. They've done a couple of those that are pretty good.
Philip Camus gives it that it might be good for sorting mosaic bricks. That's very kind of you.
Okay, that's nice of you.
Yeah. So Ben, as long as we're talking about Lego accessories,
yeah,
why didn't this make it in?
Is this a sponge brick?
A loofah? The Lego loofah.
The Lego loofah.
Which, by the way, not only is a great product, it has a lifestyle shot.
Interesting.
What other Lego accessory has a lifestyle shot?
Or Mima.
Or right.
What happened to Mima? Also, like that the staircase is now just doubling as a planter. But that's okay, because he's still got the ladder to nowhere.
Well, so many, I know, that's probably the best ladder to nowhere ever, if I do say so myself. I will say that the staircase doubling as a planter is not new. That's where you put your plants.
It is where you put your plants.
In your spheres. And in front of, I bet you in front of that staircase is an end table with some keys on it.
I also like the lovely artwork hung up in the background there. That does definitely sets this off.
Yes. Thank you. and that was made separately and added in.
And this was the guy who had whose V-neck was upsetting the balance of the universe.
Yes, and you should have seen how low it was initially cut. So I was like, does Henley trigger the content? Whatever policy guide, whatever.
I don't
know. Brick Dad Build says, "What is the boxes on Mark's basement floor, Alec?" For 500. Bam Crest Hill says, "What type of AI craziness is this?"
It's not AI craziness. What are you talking about?
This is a lifestyle shot from the Lego loofah that you can find on Lego.com right now. Gabriel Cabral says the Lego loofah made me think that you could make a Lego Rice Krispie treat. You could. You totally could with the right mold. Maybe those old ice cube trays that they used to sell in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Brick Dad Build says that's in a fun hole set. Lego didn't have the IP for it.
Loofahs have their own IP. That's interesting.
Full Price Jones on the Lego loofah.
Jones.
Chris Cummings says, I always wanted the education sets. Yes, the DACTA sets. And some of those are good town population builder with minifigures, vehicles, and signs. Thank you for bringing that up because oddly enough, this product actually came with an alternate build picture as well.
Ooh.
You can make it into an entire Lego loofah city.
Lego loofah city. I like saying Lego loofah. I think there's a market for it.
I do think so.
But we don't. The real reason is we generally don't put gear in the March release madness. That's all there is to it.
Yeah,
I think was misclassified or classified as gear.
I think we should start paying more attention to gear because the gear is so good.
Yeah,
I love the Lego gear that they come out with. I wish they would waste more time and energy on it.
Yeah, well, I don't just want one Lego sorting bin. I want 12 different Lego sorting bins from Lego that aren't right sized for their own product.
Brick Tap Build says the VMAX shirt attack.
Hey, why not?
All right. So, Ben, why was this left out?
It wasn't left out. It was an 8 seed, but it got trounced.
I know, but that's what I'm going to talk about right now.
Yeah.
This was an easy out in the first round.
Yeah.
Like, it was just, it got, as you said, absolutely trounced. What was it up against again?
It went against the Ninjago City.
Yeah. There's no way it was going to survive against this. So why didn't we put this set in instead? The meat grinder with Daffodil.
Good question.
The photoshopping on this.
Yeah.
The photoshopping.
My reasoning would be this is just as stupid as the record player with flowers, but has less colors.
But you would at least want these pieces. Like
I guess so. You're right.
They're not orange, but you can make a spaceship out of it.
Yeah, they're gray. I use gray accents all the time.
And let me tell you, ChatGPT really doesn't understand where this part of the meat grinder should go and kept putting it here.
They don't understand how a meat grinder works.
So I had to do some really crappy photoshopping with this. As everyone always asks when they see these, like the thing with the flower growing out of it, well, but is it a 3-in-1? Yes, of course it's a 3-in-1. You'd also build the submarine with the daffodil growing out of it. And
why wouldn't you want to?
Right. It's like you take it. You can't build them all three at once, as everybody also always asks. And you could also build the gray frog on the yellow lily pad with this.
I'm into that one.
Ben,
I like the dragonfly.
I love the dragonfly, and so did Hal.
Yeah.
Hal was very proud of it himself because he came up with the dragonfly on his own, which again
added that. Yeah,
is creepy.
I'm gonna say that frog kind of looks like a Buddha statue there.
It does.
I should rub his belly.
It's a very that's why the third build is called the Zen frog on the yellow lily pad.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
With the dragonfly.
The dragonfly.
Ben, who do you think this set is for?
Oh boy, this is for people. This is for that guy you see in the street who's painted himself all silver and pretends to be a robot and like scares people that walk up to him. That's who this is for.
Yes, and here he is on his day off.
That guy does not look impressed with the size of that. His urn is compostable. So this is definitely a what's the word for me here? He's
hipster?
He's a hipster bro. Yeah.
He is a hipster bro, yes. Yeah. But he does paint himself silver for his job, for a living.
On the weekends. He wears the top hat and then he like stands still and he like put a quarter in his hand and he does a little dance or whatever. I mean, that's his job.
Ryan Listener says, Lego loofah, make it a thing. Also says, what in the world?
There's no question mark there.
The SS too soon? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the ship. That's the name of the submarine.
Yes,
I think. Brick Dad Build says could use the meat grinder to put upscale in the top with a bunch of minifigs coming out.
Yeah.
And springtime for Buddha Frog. Yeah. Springtime for Buddha Frog. What else do you notice in this lifestyle shot?
Well, we got the compostable urn, which I appreciate.
Mhm.
We got a ladder to nowhere. We got the fern in the foreground. That's all blurry. We got the books.
It's a
we
sakura
also-
plant.
Ah, nice. We also have a bowl of Lego as always, but more exciting than any of that,
Yes.
we have the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo on the iPad because that's clearly what he's building in
What?
this misscaled meat grinder that fits in the palm of his hand.
Are you sure that's not the same step that he's working on right now?
I'm about 44% sure.
Okay, yeah. So you're not sure.
Yeah. Why does he kind of look like me? Brick Dad Builds asks. Hey, you saw the response that it gave me today when I told it doesn't know how to spell March mistakes. It is learning about us. That includes watching the show when you've been on, Brick Dad. So now it knows what you look like.
He does quite have a what the fuck is this look on his face. Chris
Yeah.
Cummings also says, talking about Meat Grinder, I think on YouTube, the late night David Letterman music video with Terry Garr by Paul Schaefer. Oh, okay. Wait, I vaguely remember this actually. The title is You Kill Me. That's a recommendation to look that up. Great.
You should.
Brick Dad Bill says, what is, yep, sorry, you already did that.
Yep.
iPad instructions. I'm proud of that too, because I actually photoshopped his reflection into it.
Nice.
That's what I had time to do today. That's what I chose to do with my time, I should say.
Yeah.
Let's
Time
see.
well spent.
Is this the last? I think this is the last slide that I had.
Okay.
Those are my questions. Like
All right.
those are the things I thought were the big mistakes.
I can't disagree with any of that. I think we just need to take a closer look at gear from now on.
You know, Ben.
Yeah.
We are at 3 hours.
In 10 minutes.
And I did grab the whiskey bottle, had a couple. And so either you go on and riff or play a song, because I do have to use the bathroom again. I do apologize.
Oh, you go do that. We are going to talk about close calls. When Mark comes back, we will toss up the old polls to get these started. But I think Mark maybe is going to be missing a little bit about this because I think he'll have an opinion on our first close call, which is this. Everybody knows caffeine is technically speaking a drug. Here is the component for, or the what do they call this? The atomic formula thingamajig. Whatever it is. That's the atomic instructions for how you build one of these caffeine molecules. But caffeine's a drug. We know. Are you of the opinion that it is a drug and it should be treated as such? You should, moderate your consumption. You should pay attention to that. Or are you more like, it's in everything that's delicious, so your point? Question mark. Like, who cares? I don't have polling software open, so I'm going to open it. So you guys discuss among yourselves.
No. I have it open.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
I'll take care of it. What happened? Because I can still hear everything, and I just heard. Okay, so you were asking these questions, right?
Yeah.
And
I clicked on the screen, and it went to the next one.
Oh, okay. Because I was just like, did something fall on his head? Or like,
VMAX
right.
says Coke is everything, so I know where his vote is going.
Oh, I know what that's called. It's not an atomic. What is that called?
Chemical composition.
Yeah,
but it has
there
a
we go.
name. Ryan says, my name is Ryan and I'm a caffeine addict. Brick Dad Build's also voting for your point. Perhaps everyone is just saying, feed me more caffeine. Now I want to say over here, I just asked it to show me energy drinks because this is like, to me at least, where you probably shouldn't be getting your caffeine is too many energy drinks.
No, because they are a stroke in a can.
But look at all these things. Look at all their names and like what they're going for. They're totally like, you're a bro, right?
You're a bro, it says?
Yeah, bucked up. Bang.
Okay, so 3 minutes, poll is live.
Spike. Death in a can, C4.
All right. Currently, currently your point is at 100%, even though the poll just started.
Yeah.
And that would be my vote too.
Is this an intervention? Only for all of us. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Here's
Here's a better close call. Could you live without caffeine?
Ooh. That's good.
But that's
question.
not this close call. That's not where
It's
we
not
are.
this one. Nope.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that one next week.
Maybe.
Jazzy Viking Bricks wants a Diet Coke. Brick Dad Build says caffeine or nicotine, as I have these both in my hand.
And that's the Zevia there is the caffeinated version. Oh yeah, of course it is.
One of the few. They decaffeinated most of their soda. Oh, is it going to survive? Is it going to survive? Yep, it's hanging on. It's hanging on. Why do I keep needing to do this? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we need the full 3 minutes. This is not a close call. We are still, well, it's only 1 minute into the poll.
You know what the problem is?
What's that?
If we had done this 2 hours into the show, when the people who didn't need caffeine to stay awake through the whole thing were still here,
no,
you may have gotten some of these people to say, no, watch your caffeine intake. But they're all asleep now. So we're just getting your point.
Ryan Linzer says, that's like asking if you could live without sleep. The answer is #no, are you fucking crazy? Well, he said effing, but whatever. Yeah. Shoot, even tea is caffeine. Unless you get decaffeinated tea, which why would you?
Because you're a
masochist?
Yeah. Caffeine is your sadist then.
Ooh.
For sure.
No, it's not. Sorry.
No caffeine is your sadist then.
Yes, correct. And should be treated as such. Just got some votes here.
All right.
Ooh.
Right.
Ooh.
We must have woken them up.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. They got out of bed to vote for the ginger. Oh, wait. No, that didn't happen. They got out of bed just to call us back to our sentence. Senses is what
Philip,
I meant.
Philip says that's like non-alcoholic beer. It just doesn't make sense.
Right.
Sarah's mouth just hit the floor and she's a decaf tea drinker. Oh, you insulted her. She probably ran over, logged in, signed up. 3 new people have joined the chat all of a sudden, and they're just here to vote for it and should be treated as such. Thank you, sir.
You're not wrong, because your point is down to 80%, but I don't think you have enough alt counts to crack a dent in this one.
You gotta log in on all of them just to vote for it.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. How much time do we have left on this? I think I'm going to give the next one 2 minutes. We have 5 seconds left, and it's at 80% for your point, and I believe that is where we are done. We end there, and your point wins at 80%.
All right. Hey, wasn't as close as I thought maybe it would be, but again,
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised.
Yeah.
No offense. No offense, by the way. I'm not trying to shame you. Okay,
Not
good.
offended.
Good.
Okay, let's see here. So here's the next one. Over pizza approach. Do you got to reheat the pizza or do you eat it cold?
What are you, a monster?
Well, before the invention of the air fryer, I'm like, do I really want to? I don't want to microwave this thing. That's the worst thing ever.
I will reheat mine in the oven. The air fryer for pizza?
Hell yes.
Hell yes. I have to try this now.
Yes. Absolutely. Because the oven works too, but then you got to reheat. You got to heat the damn oven. You got to find the cookie sheet.
Yeah.
You got to put it in there, and it takes 9 minutes.
Well, I find the cookie
air fryer.
sheet.
I'm doing this in 4 freaking minutes, and it's crispy again, and it's delicious.
I find the cookie sheet and the wax paper, and they're in separate drawers. All right. So we've got some comments here. VMAC Tech says, all right, so sorry, I'll back up. Ryan Linsner says, reheat or room temperature, never cold. Room temperature? So you just leave it out overnight? Sorry. VMAC Tech says, reheat unless you're a peasant. Ryan Linsner says, air fryer for pizza is awesome. Well, I have the Oster that rotates so that it tumbles and gets like equal heat, because it's imagining you're putting in like potatoes and like chicken or rice or stuff like that, or vegetables or sweet potatoes. I don't know what I would do to reheat a pizza in something that revolves. Chris Cummings says, I voted for drug because I want to do something dangerous for once in my life.
I'm a rebel.
Philip Carnes says microwave 1 minute, done and done.
If you ever
Forget
wanted
Bill
to be
says-
banned from this chat, Philip, that's the way you talk. Reheating pizza in the microwave is the worst thing in the entire world.
All right, so let's get into this for a second. I never use the microwave. Not even to heat up water. Anyway, we'll get into that someday. Brick Guy Build says, I've reheated pizza on a clothing iron. It's that important. Copper Valor is here. Welcome tonight. If you guys are into Animal Crossing and other Nintendo games, please check out Copper Valor. We are on a timer. Otherwise, I'd say more about Copper Valor. Jesse Viking Brick says, convection oven is best. Yeah, is better than getting the air fryer out. Ours
Why do you
just
need to
sits on
get the
counter.
air fryer out? The
Where
air
do you
fryer
put
should
it?
always be out.
If the pizza has real cheese, it
Cold. All right.
If it has vegan cheese, heat it up.
All right.
Eat it cold is probably what she meant. Philip Carnes says, worse than a giant minifig. Nothing's worse than that. All right, 10 seconds left on this poll, and we
It's
are
staying close, man.
It is not. We're at 75%. Got to reheat it.
Yeah, there are all these people, and I have found a couple of pizza items that are fine to eat cold, but heating it up in the air fryer, 100% more the better.
My husband will eat any slice of pizza cold, even if it's Lou Malnati's deep dish with the entire sausage rolled out as a pancake. Like I said, sociopaths.
That animal.
Yeah. Hashtag shut up, Ben. Some of us have jobs and we microwave our pizzas. Gabriel Cabral says, I ate it cold before I got an air fryer. I got to try this air fryer thing. I still do the oven. Ryan Linsner just threw up.
Probably about
Matt.
eating.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was from VMAC telling me to shut up.
I doubt that.
Yeah, you need a bigger kitchen. I guess you do if you have to put your air fryer away. Your air fryer should be your main source of cooking things. Let's be honest.
I will say, that he threw up at the cold Lou Malnati's. I will say some people just like clean counters, like empty counters, even like the biggest kitchen in the world. They don't want small appliances out. They want an oven, they want a refrigerator, and a sink.
Then how on God's green earth do they handle a Lego hobby? Look at this.
Know.
Look at my desk over here. Just look at my
wait till you see my close calls. Wait till you see my close calls. So Ryan says, nope, clean counter is fine with a big ass air fryer.
Correct, sir.
That is the only right answer. All right.
Yes.
Ben, what else you got? That one was hot.
Neither one hashtag facts.
Neither one of these, by the way, I just want to point out, I'm not trying to shame you. Neither one was a close call. Neither one.
Okay. Seems like you are trying to shame me, but that's fine. Here's the last question.
You deserve it.
Do you consider Lego an investment?
Oh, good question. I like
better
this one
than
a lot.
gold, or so I tell my significant other, or not. It's just the plastic I play with or create with.
All right.
There was a comment earlier today about someone having the tie helmet and not wanting to open it because it's increased in value. So do you feel bad because it's an investment piece or not?
So there is a character limit on these, by the way. I did fix this for you, by the way. It's not better than gold. It appreciates faster than gold, and that's what I'm putting in the poll. It's just the plastic.
Doesn't mean it's better. Subjective.
Play. All right, I don't have room for that, so I'm gonna take out the nah. I'm gonna narrate it as I do it. It's just the plastic I play with.
Play
with. All right, so that has been started. I'm going to set a timer for 2 minutes.
All right.
Then we'll get to my close calls, which I have 5.
Oh boy.
And we're already at 10:23.
Yeah, I certainly don't consider an ingot as a minifig accessory. I have to play.
No, it's
Lego
a modified
definitely
tile.
worth it in the long run. Definitely a multi-generational wealth sort of thing.
VMAC is right, and I could do an entire rant on this. Well, it would probably only last 10 seconds. It should be a modified tile. I'm tired of trying to find it in minifig accessory. But also, since I know it's an ingot, I can just type that into Bricklink, and Bricklink actually accepts that as a search term. See how am I doing here?
Right. Yes, Gabriel, we know that it does, but There are some issues with this. One, you have to pick the right ones. They don't all appreciate like that. Second of all, you have to find a willing buyer. And it's just like anything else versus gold, which has a set street price. You put something up on Bricklink, you have to have, the right sales attitude. You have to cover all the shipping stuff. And if you do sell it, what's up?
No, keep going. Keep going.
And if you do sell it to like a Bricks and Minifigs, they'll give you an okay price, right? It's not bad. They'll give you more if you want store credit, but it's not the same amount you could get selling it yourself. It's just like a used car in that regard.
Yeah.
So it's nothing against Bricks and Minifigs. I'm just saying there's a source to sell it, but you're not going to get as much.
And you do have to kind of like know the market. You have to like kind of be able to predict what's going to appreciate the best in order to invest that way. So I'm freaking out a bit because you are at 50-50.
Oh, you're not store it.
Dang it. You ain't now. Well, you're just off 50-50, but this is a very close call, which is great. Good job.
Thanks.
Sorry I shamed you. These comments are gold. That's what I'm excited about. Brickdead Build says, my wife hates me bringing this specific topic up. Copper Valor opens up the most giant can of worms in the most innocent way for someone who comes in from a Nintendo live stream. She wants to know, what do you all do with the sets after you put them together? And this could fill an entire episode.
Yes,
just the answers to that, because everybody's so different. So we're not going to get to that before the end of the close call, but keep that in mind. There's all sorts of different things that people do. There's a very wide range. I can tell you that right now. I'm resetting the timer because it's still it's still very close. Ryan Linsner says, at Coop, play with them or display them, sometimes both. Hashtag don't give me that look. Chris Cummings says, I play with my Lego because I never trust my investment choices, and I only live once. Mr. Bond. Brickworld says, it's my FOMO folio. Oh, I love that. Nice. Brickdad Builds says, nothing has value until someone wants it for themselves. A very zen Brickdad Builds thing to say. And Z's spouse says... Well, your answer doesn't matter, so yeah, you shouldn't answer it.
Yeah, at Z spouse, that's the reason for the 3.5 different closets of shame.
That's as Brian Linsner says, that's gold. Yes, 100%. One of the best moments from the stream ever. All right, I think we have one pulling ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and end this poll. We are at 62% for it appreciates faster than gold. But before the conversation ended, it was a strong 50-50 there for a while. It's a good topic.
Yeah, thanks.
Something maybe we can expound on in the future. Your other two topics sucked.
Okay, now let me say this.
Yes.
Mark Larson, if that is your real name.
It is my real name.
Sometimes the topic, even if it's not necessarily going to be close, helps us with discussion and to move the show forward.
True.
And sometimes the answers are just silly because I want them to be silly. Not, oh boy, can I word this perfectly to actually make it 50-50? But maybe that's my mistake. Woo, Mr. I now have poll control, so now I'm cooler than you.
No, it's fun because like most of the time we do hit 50-50.
Close.
Yeah, and so we get to measure, like, are they actually close calls? But I'm so sorry, I didn't realize that you were so sensitive on the topic. I will keep that in mind.
Why didn't you realize that?
But so
do I not seem sensitive to you?
I have to say that Tainted has been on fire tonight. V Mac Attack says that he puts his Lego models in a mason jar next to the severed ears when he's done building them. Oh God,
that makes sense.
Ryan Linsner says sometimes hashtag girls just want to have fun.
Yeah, Copper Valor, what I do is pay a contractor to expand my house so I have somewhere else to put them.
Chris Cummings says, I put my Lego sets in tubs or drawers while thinking about the next sets or parts to get for another endless project. Copper Valor, I know you've seen me build Lego sets on the Brickworld Crossing stream, but I never do that. I take the box, I open it up, I dump it into a tub, and I sort it out later into my sorting system.
Much later.
Years later, sometimes.
That's why the boxes stay in the closet of shame for 2 years.
That's why there's a closet of shame. And you say you have 3.5 closets of shame. I have an entire, what is it? It's a 5 by 12 foot room that I need to dump all of those boxes into a giant tub because we have that burst pipe that needs to be replaced, and I don't want plumbers in there judging my closet of shame.
Yeah.
Why does
you
this
don't
grown
want that.
man have so many Lego sets? Do you want? Should we even do this? We can just like end it here. I have 5 freaking close calls. I think Matt husband is used to this, so let's just do it. Oh, I've got it. All right, hold on. I'm gonna bring this over here for the polls. I'm gonna narrate once again. Here we go. For those of you who like Animal Crossing, I promise every week we're gonna go. Oh, damn it! We're gonna go with one Animal Crossing. Why can't I do this?
Why is this back up here?
I don't know. Oh, there we go. Because I hit remove on the wrong one of your tiles. Anyway, so what's a better name for a new? Wait, I got work to do. A better name for a new Animal Crossing island.
Chonklands, Tainted Bay, or Paradolia. Well, the problem with Paradolia is you need to make everything look like Paradolia.
Thank you for knowing that. And that would annoy the hell out of me. So I think that's the first one that's like off the table for me, even if people vote for it. But let's not get ahead here.
I like some ideas on Chonk Bay because if you just have to chonkify everything,
yeah, it's not. But it's not. It's not Chonk Bay. It's Chonklands.
Chonklands.
The Chonklands is what I first came up with, but it's too many characters for your island name. So I went ahead and started the poll, but I'd like you guys to consider this. The Chonklands would have Chonky Falls, would have Chonky Creek, would have Chonky Canyon. Stop giving me a thumbs up. Would have Chonky Lake, and would have the Chonk Inn, like we have the Cubby Pub on Buttland.
Yeah.
You know?
Question. How many mechs would it have?
0.
It's out.
Oh, well, there's only one mech in Animal Crossing, and I refuse to build it.
Well, you need to.
All of these would have. Oh, okay. I guess this one would have. This would be the only one that would have a mech.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. It's in then.
I could build a mech. If you can pay attention to the comments for me, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I can.
So this is the one I thought would be pulling ahead, and it is. Tainted Bay would have lots of peach trees, obviously. Would have naked statues placed in immature ways. Would have Tainted Canyon. Would have Tainted Tavern. And of course, Paradolia, as we already discussed, which would drive me crazy because I tried to take the Paradolia. And in case you guys are watching this for the first time and you don't know, let me let you in on a little secret. Paradolia means that you are seeing faces in inanimate objects, and like this.
Yes.
We bring this up a lot on the stream. We bring up examples of it. The most famous one being the pickle in the bottom of Ben's
the pickle
side cup. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a pickle at Maverick's Real Roast Beef Restaurant in a little cup, and it had a face in it. It was a pickle with a face.
A very clear face, and it was scared.
Yeah. What is chonk anyway? Am I missing something? Well,
chonk.
Chonk is when you take something that's not very chonky and you make it chonkier. So you take, like, let's say I had this little snake here and I wanted to chonkify the snake. I would make a giant snake. That's what I would do. I would chonkify. I don't know what Mark's having a problem with, but that's okay.
Nothing makes me more happy than how we both launched into our definitions of chonk. And mine was basically like, and you had a very
chonkifying is taking something and making it more substantial.
Cerebral, yes. Oh, that was great. That's my favorite moment of the night. No offense to all the other moments. Oh my god, that was fun. Let's see. Where I didn't set a timer.
Tainted Bay needs more mech.
Tainted Bay is killing it here, which sucks because I really like Chonklands.
Ryan likes your hilarious laughter.
Oh my god, I almost spit caffeinated pop out of my nose.
What about my front door? It didn't have Paradolia. It had pair of something else.
Let's call it Dickadolia.
Yeah, it had a pair of something else. It had a pair of penises touching each other.
All right. Well, Tainted Bay and Chonklands are fighting each other, but I do think Tainted Bay has stayed far enough ahead, considering there's a third option. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll with Tainted Bay winning. Ron Linsner says drug addict Mark because I'm spitting caffeine out of my nose. That's quite an accusation, sir.
That was just a good recall to my question.
But Paradolia got 0.
What?
I felt like leaving it out. And I guess I should have. Well, it doesn't matter because it got 0 votes. So it's good to know that they're both very close. I think what I could do is have both those things in an island and have it very, very tainted related. The next close call I have is, does this stream need more Orion? We had a very cute moment this week when Orion came into the stream because she wanted another bully. Well, at that moment, she wanted the nub of her bully stick to be pulled out of the holder. And then she wanted another one after that. And she was very sweet and very freaking adorable. Look at those expressive eyes. Look at that soul. What a beautiful baby. I love her so much. But should we feature her more on this? She stays down here the entire time and groan sleeps. Maybe she'll leave when Matt comes home, but she stays by me all the time. Should we have an Orion segment every week? Like, what does Orion think about the Lego news?
I feel like Orion is one of those things that you can't overuse, and you need people to watch for the Orion sighting, and like really keep their eyes peeled for it, and not just be like, "Oh, Orion's here all the time." You know,
I like this.
Like, I'm into it. You know. By the way, here, are we gonna be able to see it? The Pareidolia pickle. We can't quite see it.
Hold on.
It's too much reflection.
Yeah, sure we can. We'll make it. Whoops. We'll make it happen.
Cover up. Oh, the light's not even on. Pareidolia pickle. There we go.
I have a screen cap of it somewhere.
Yeah, but now there we can see it.
Oh, it's there really hard to see. Oh, there it is. Yes, you nailed it.
There, see the Pareidolia pickle. It's got eyes and a mouth and a round pickle head.
Why do I reach behind myself so often?
Yeah, it's the Pareidolia pickle.
You can't. Anyway, yay. Way to hit the right button to get it all back.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and end this poll because it is a very clear yes. Who voted no?
It needs more Orion, but it doesn't need her weekly.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
Which wasn't the question. I think you make a great point. I think it's finding ways to sneak her in every once in a while. We'll make it like she's like a recurring character.
Yes.
Not like a recurring guest star.
Yes. Let's see here. Dogs make everything better.
Yes.
Pareidolia is Thomas Tank Engine. Yeah, except he's intentional.
He literally has a face. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay.
Did we kill Kenny somehow?
I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
This is what my pickle looks like, kind of.
Oh, perhaps. Yeah.
A little bit.
All right. Next one. Like. What's the more annoying 1x1 tile problem? Stuck inside a brick or bounces off into oblivion? And yes, that's what my floor looks like. Unfortunately, that's why I'll be working on that this week.
Yeah, the stuck inside a brick thing is particularly annoying when it's not a 1x1 square tile, but when it is a quarter circle tile.
Oh my God.
Because they are sometimes ridiculously hard to get out. And it sucks the worst when they're in the bottom of a tall slope.
What happened to you? Yeah, the 1x2x3.
It's like in one of these. Or a taller one. Then they're like impossible to get out.
You can at least stick, if it has a hollow stud, you could stick a lightsaber blade into it and pop it out.
Maybe.
That's an easy fix.
Just push it down further.
Is it an easy fix or is it the fifth ring of hell? Because if it doesn't match up, it's like I have a pair of tweezers that'll get that 1x1 tile out, but I don't know where it went.
I use a wrench piece to remove tiles from inside bricks.
A wrench piece, like the little minifig tool, not like the Fabuland tool, like the old 80s one.
No, definitely the minifig one, because you can also use those to pop off.
Oh, because they have the crowbar end.
Yes, the crowbar end you can use to pop off tiles, and you can also use it to pop off like the hubcaps on the old Speed Champion sets. So yeah, they definitely made it that way.
Here's a question: what's this schmutz on my table?
Good question. What is it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm voting for this stuck inside a brick because if it bounces off into oblivion, I'll probably just buy more. But if it's stuck in the brick, I'm actually going to try to get it out.
But where does it go? And if it's your last dark red tile that hasn't like cracked because it's brittle, like what do you do?
I don't know.
You got to clean all that up while you're trying to build for your live stream that's in 30 minutes?
I literally just go to lego.com and I just put them in my cart as soon as I drop them.
Good point. This is 50-50. All right, so I didn't start a timer.
That's all right.
So I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here because I think we discussed it for a while. But you know what pulled ahead is bounces off into oblivion. Because I guess with it stuck inside a brick, at least you know where it is.
Yeah, except now you can't use the tile and you can't use the brick.
Right. Until then, that's the worst part. I was just trying to sort them. Z Spouse has a comment here.
That's what you do every time you lose a tile? Yes, every time. Oh. I was just making an example of how I would choose stuck inside the brick is more annoying.
Chris Cummings says,
I've lost plenty of tiles and never ordered new ones.
Model kit tools for Lego. I use pliers. I use mallet. I use all sorts of things. My next one,
duct tape and super glue. I don't use those.
Well,
Brasso. I've used Brasso before.
I've used Brasso. I've used hydrogen peroxide and what's the OxyClean?
I use a needle nose pliers all the time to pull.
Yes, same.
To pull axles out of Technic pieces.
All right. So the next question is, what would you like the restaurants of the world theme to do? Go away or go minifig scale?
Scale. Well, maybe we're just judging too harshly on how much the first one sucked.
Not an option.
I know. I'm just throwing that out there. So perhaps if we vote for go minifig scale, they'll get better than they are now.
Good point. That's the glass half full.
Yeah.
Yep.
This set though can just go away.
Right.
I don't have any interest in it. So when the spouse comes in and checks the books.
Why does your spouse have access to your books?
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
Yeah. I don't order one tile at a time, so.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
It's like there's only multiples of 500.
Yeah. This would look great with that train set I mentioned a while ago.
Oh, yeah. She bought for her brother, I think.
No. This is kind of like weird because it's close to minifig scale, but it has no minifigs.
And it's also somewhat off of minifig scale because look at those cafe
it's close,
tables,
but not close. Like the doors are what they would use for minifig scale doors, and doors might just be too big for minifigs in general. But then the seats and the tables are not minifig scale, so it's kind of hard.
Okay, so Ultra Brick. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Ryan says, by the way, Mark, awesome news about the BDP Series 8 announcement happening at Brickworld Chicago 2025. What are you talking about? Anyway, Ultra Brick says, without figs, I'm less keen on sets in general. Same as GWPs. They're normally kind of crappy without figs, for me at least. And then Brick Dad Build says, but does anyone care what the set's name really is? We had a text conversation misnaming this set, like
Paris, the Parisian Cafe or something.
I think the
French Cafe.
I know what it is,
yeah,
but we're not talking about that yet. That's my point. French Cafe, near but too frou-frou. Okay. All right, it's still close, and we have 30 seconds left on this poll.
Yeah. I'm just going to go with Go Minifig Scale because they can produce the sets. They're not like offensive to me. They're just, I'm not interested in this one at all. And if you come out with another one that has pieces I might like, then maybe I'll buy it. But
15 seconds.
This one's too nude and too bright green for me.
The back is too awful.
And the back is awful.
All right. We are at the end of 2 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. And Go Away wins. Wow. Aggressive, people.
What was the final tally?
Well, of course it was 54 to 45. Okay. With 1% just like pissing off into oblivion. Yeah. All right, so one more. What would you like to see as the next Restaurants of the World set? Tokyo Ramen Bar or New Orleans Po' Boy Shack? This is so random. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like if it was in New Orleans Po' Boy Shack, It would be scratch and sniff, and it'd smell like urine. So I'm gonna go with the Tokyo Ramen Bar. Take that, New Orleans. I don't know where.
I can't spell restaurants right now.
Yeah, why would you want to?
I'm trying to, whatever. That's close enough.
I guess I just don't know what a New Orleans po' boy shack would look like. You know, I'm like not seeing it in my mind.
Oh, here. Yeah, so this is not a great close call, apparently. It's not making you talk at all. Tokyo Ramen Bar. Well, the other options I came up with were like Mexican street style taco truck.
Okay.
Or like Naples Pizzeria. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
what else really is there to like? I thought these were
a Greek Euro shop.
Guido?
Euro shop, yeah. Nolan's Weed Dispensary and Strip Club. That probably closer to what the po' boy shack would look like.
I like that.
Yeah. It's definitely definitely an old strip club, they suggest.
Yeah. Good call. Good call.
Yeah. It's like, restaurants of the world. Okay. A New York deli.
Like New York deli be good. Yeah, I like that.
Okay. It's like iconic, I guess, but what does it look like? I don't know.
Chicago style pizzeria. I think
Chicago
this
style
chat
deep dish pizza bar.
Yeah, there we go. Cold Chicago deep dish pizza bar.
Yeah. How about really well known holes in the wall? I mean, that's fine. Like if they have an iconic interior, which is part of being a hole in the wall. But I don't know. Gabriel Cabral does say the Bourbon Street architecture would be cool. Okay, if you say so.
Dude,
I don't know.
It's 50-50.
But it's the French Quarter, so doesn't it just kind of look like this thing already does here? I don't know. What do I know? But it has more
you guys, where did they announce
things?
This?
I don't know.
All right. We have something to discuss right after this.
Huh. Okay.
I know this. How do you guys know this?
Feels like Mark knows it because he's got an inside track with
Brickworld.
Chicago.
I just didn't realize.
Reason.
Okay. When?
Ricklink's YouTube. It was a bonus announcement. Okay. Oh boy.
I have no comment on this. I mean, no, this is great. Yes, that's happening. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and close it because Tokyo Ramen Bar is killing it.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah,
how to do?
Well, Tokyo Ramen Bar won at 69%. New Orleans Po' Boy Shack at 30%. So yeah, hey, guess what, everybody? The Bricklink Designer Program Series 8. They're going to announce their winners at Brickworld Chicago 2025.
What?
This coming June. I know, right? Are you so shocked? I am.
We didn't even talk about the Series 7 winners.
Why would we?
We did talk about them a little bit because we talked about that ridiculous potion bottle on the top of the Alchemist.
We did
shop or whatever.
Yes, which looks very fun hole.
Yes, so we can hope that maybe 8 is more inspiring than 7, which was kind of. I'm not saying I hate them. I'm just not like really excited to see them. So, let's see here. A German beer garden, Brick Dead Build suggests.
Sure, absolutely. We can also do like a St. Patrick's Day beer garden in any city in the United
Midwest.
States. Yeah,
or the
Midwest.
East Coast.
Yeah.
Maybe a salon would get women into the Lego thing. Ha ha ha.
Or botanicals.
Or this stupid restaurant of the world French cafe set.
Or
old piece of junk with flowers growing out of it. record player with flowers, flower pot with flowers, boot with flowers, typewriter with flowers, record player with flowers,
Yeah. All that.
ukulele with flowers, bunny with flowers, cat with flowers.
An old roller skate with flowers.
I am a woman and would have no interest in restaurants of the world. I understand that. But why do you think a salon would? My wife would probably say, I have no interest in a salon. Anyway.
Look at this announcement.
Okay. Good luck with that, Reed. At least he said striping and not stripping.
Yes.
Wow. Mark, this is crazy. We're gonna both this is so annoying. Okay. We're both gonna be here next week as far as I know. We're here today. We're gonna be here next week.
Mm-hmm.
Mark is maybe he's businessing right now. I can't tell.
I am.
He is, yep. Mark is businessing. He's probably typing some email and like what
No.
WTF and other things.
No. I don't lead that way. The first thing I have to do is check to make sure that I didn't have some sort of email that told me that's what they were going to do that I just missed, you know?
Yeah. So we'll be here for the final showdown of March Release Madness. For those of you who don't remember what happened, 3.5 hours ago or 2 hours ago at this point, it's going to be the T-Rex fossil versus the Trevi Fountain for an all-out battle. Some people think this will be close. We're basically have the latecomer, but still made it in, the big daddy T-Rex fossil. Is it going to trample the Trevi Fountain, or is it going to get stuck in a tar pit on the way there? Let's see here. Brick Orphanage says, write provocative messages in the UV reactive tiles. Well, that sounds like something you might try, but probably not. That's not really Reed's thing. Copper Valor says, I love dinosaurs, dead or alive. So we're going to be doing that next week, but that's going to be our main thing. And then we'll probably come up with something silly to talk about because we always do. Maybe there'll be some news. Who knows? But even if there isn't, we'll still be here.
We will.
And that's because we're committed to this whole bit. Mark, 3 hours, 51 minutes. That is a long stream. Do you think
it is?
That's a mistake on our part to have a stream that long?
No. This is the happiest accident ever.
Yes, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. So says our captain, our mentor, our hero, Mr. Bob Ross. I have set an outro tonight, so if we're ready, here we go.
Here
we go.
Larry's castle stood so tall, we all sat in awe. Think outside the blocks gave a round of applause. Proud and inspired, Larry showed the grand hall. Physics took over, we all watched the grand fall. Bricks fail, crashing dreams to the ground in that moment. Silence was the only except for Mark screaming, no, 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 no. Troy was grabbing a beer, hey, what happened, bro?
Yes, I pulled a moto.
No, you didn't.
I did. Under the castle, so dragons live here, right?
Oh my god, yes.
Level 1 dungeons. We got kitchens. This is a double high. This is the grand hall.
No!
Like the grand hall.
I believe everything happens for a reason, and maybe this reason is for you to rebuild it better, bigger and better.
Shut up, Troy. My castle just fell. There's only 6 weeks to go. I'm in eightfold hell. Bricks